Whistle with the pen, I'm learning life. My thirst is divine. Words inspire with perfect time. Nurtured right. Them man there be learning life, rehearsing life. Trust me, far from certified. Acting while you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ups to feel like that Jurgen guy on Merseyside.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. We're back. Double stream for you guys today. Wait, is there an echo? Echo, no.
Nah, we're all right.
We're good now.
Good. Yeah, but we're back. Double upload, as we said earlier, but there was no stream yesterday, so this is like the catch-up stream. But we're here Sundays, around 10ish. We won't say 10 p.m. because we're always late, but around 10 p.m. You know what time it is. Shameless FC, as always. Big up everyone that's locked in. Actually in a good mood, even though we played like shit, because we actually won our game for once. But we're going to get into the Chelsea game. We're going to get into all the Premier League fixtures of the week. Let me know your thoughts down in the description below. Check out everyone's socials and their channels down in the description below as well. Babs has fled to Italy after the incidents of today, but we have an Arsenal fan coming in as replacement, so I'll be here in a little bit. Big up, like, subscribe, as always, and yeah, let's get into it. Ryan ain't here, so Neil, what are you saying, bro?
Excellent
I'm
start
kind of
to the
happy.
stream. Sorry to cut you off, Ryan not being here. My bad. Just had to say that. Go on, carry on, Neil.
It's all good. Rodgers is one close to getting sacked, hopefully in the next 48 hours, because fucking hell. Like, we were lucky it was 5. Legit, it could have been 6, 7, 8, 9. It legit. They had 11 shots on target. 11.
Fucking hell. At least your goalie must have had a good game, even in spite of conceding 5. But
was it more bad finishing?
They had a penalty. We'll get into it later. But yeah, all good. He's gone by the end of the week, and that's all that matters, man. Because fucking hell.
For your sake, I hope so, bro. I hope so. Yeah,
my
what are you saying?
Health, I can't take it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm all right. My team, like to make things difficult, but it's a long season, so.
You don't know what difficult is, Jan. I swear to God.
There's different levels of difficult, right? There's different levels, but yeah.
Yeah, but you can't use when I'm in this situation. You can't use the word difficult. Yeah, I've got 2 of the best strikers in the league.
Oh,
mocking you and that.
4 titles in 5 years and things are difficult,
No.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
We're the only reason it's not 5. So, yeah.
The reason why it's 4 and 5, though. But it's
I didn't see Chelsea challenging over the last few years for titles. Yeah.
And how much money
what a back-to-back league title for Liverpool that is.
I love this mudslinging already in the intro. This is A1.
We ain't even got to the game.
This is in the A1.
Anyway, what are you saying?
This is A1.
I'm all right, to be fair. I'm all right. I've gotten over yesterday, so yeah, I'm all right, man.
We'll see how long that lasts. Last but not least, Flawless, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, fam. All is good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed. Recovered from Carnival. Fantastic. Then played football, so I'm still mash up. But here we are, fam. You know what I'm saying? Man's blessed. Good to see everyone, apart from Ryan. It's great. You know what I'm saying? So here we are.
Well, not like you said, so original, that joke.
It's not a joke. Are you deadly serious, yo? Where's the joke? Did you see me laugh?
You can't read the amount of smoke this guy's on.
I didn't want to see you here. This is nothing to do with football. I just don't like you. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing to do with United and Liverpool.
Feelings mutual.
Yeah, exactly. That's something we agree on, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. How are you doing, Lewis?
I'm good. We won our game, and I didn't go to it, which means I didn't have to get pissed off about it for 80 minutes. Just needed the scoreline.
Bro.
That's that. Yeah, I mean, finally, at least he got us a win. Good off the bench. Actually. But other than that, there wasn't anything. Really wasn't anything in that game. I don't know if any of you lot watched the Chelsea game. If you did,
I watched it. I watched
the VAR.
I watched
that.
Was
a
joke.
That was disgusting, man.
We got fucked over by VAR 3 weeks ago with Cucurella against Spurs. So you know what? What goes around comes around. West Ham.
His hair pulled. It was nothing that deep. Come on now.
Just because
he
you
should
like
play
Ian
Ian,
doesn't mean that other people
See
do.
that?
It's a
I was
simple
gonna make
solution.
that joke and I
He's
let
doing
it
it.
slide. I was
I'm
going, never mind.
joking. I'm joking.
I let it go in it. I was gonna
You're not
I'm
actually
just-
joking though, but I'm not going to bait you out on
No,
stream. but-
I'm just pissed that
Yeah.
Neil made it because I was gonna make that
I'm
joke.
not
and I
baiting
was like,
anybody
let
out.
it
I
go.
said I'm not baiting you out. I'm not
I
baiting
was like,
anybody
I'm gonna
out.
let it go. Look at she going more red than a United shirt. But yeah, as I was saying, I was gonna make that joke. And I
Ew,
thought that
don't
let it
apply me
slide.
to that. Mm-mm.
Yo, this is what it
No.
is, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's what it is. But go on, carry on. So
Yeah,
pissed that they made that joke. That's annoying.
I don't know how we won that game.
We do need to
Really
talk
don't.
about VAR though, in general, and refs.
Yes, because VAR's been fucked for the last few weeks.
Disrespect me today, you're disrespecting an OG. That's what I'm saying.
You
Yes,
saying, though,
Cam,
Cam,
what
Cam,
are you
you
telling
good?
me, bro?
I got my pack. I come with my pack top. I don't need your bulletproof. I forgot I had my pack top. All I need is my thug mode.
This guy, you know. What you saying, man? You blessed though.
Well,
What
my
are you
people.
telling
Well,
me?
I just heard it's Shameless FC in it, so I came shamelessly in it.
I could bring the energy, my guy. Love that.
I'm not
bro.
gonna
I
lie
just
though.
get
I was watching Spider-Man in it. So the old Spider-Man, the old Spider-Man.
Peter, what with thingy, Toby Maguire.
Spider-Man
I
tree
was
in it.
about to say, he
Spider-Man
was about
tree
to
in
say
it.
with Peter Parker, you know, this guy.
Actually, was you?
This guy
Absolutely
a
was.
fucking idiot, you know.
How did you know?
This guy.
How did you know I was about to say that?
Man came on the
This guy's
stream
a
already
fucking
disrupted the
idiot.
whole
How
thing.
did you know I was about to say that?
You've killed him, Ryan.
Oh my god, this guy's
Man's
stupid.
killing
Holds no
himself.
bounds, yo.
Oh.
Because I heard him say Peter. Yes, I know. Wait, what's this guy gonna say? The Spider-Man. With
I forgot his
Peter
name for a
Parker,
second.
yo.
I was like, oh shit.
Ah,
You know the worst thing is,
No,
Ryan?
not with
I
Peter
knew
Parker.
exactly what
Not
you-
with
you
Peter
know what
Parker in
Toby
it. With
Maguire
Bruce
now?
Wayne in it. With Bruce Wayne in it.
Why?
this guy's stupid. He holds no bounds, yo.
I feel so stupid. That was stupid. I admit it.
Ah.
I can't. I would have made.
I don't think you need to admit that one, bro.
Yeah. We don't need that. No,
There's
admittance
actually
of
no
that.
excuse for what I did there. To be honest.
I would have done that. I
The
can't
Spider-Man with
Must be
Peter
that mistake all
Parker.
the
You
time.
know, one with Peter Parker. That is brilliant, yo. Oh,
Fucking hell, man.
I feel ashamed.
But yeah, I don't know how we won that game. I really don't know, but we'll take it because we got fucked over against
They are,
Spurs. So is what it is. What goes around comes around. West Ham will be salty about the loss. Fuck West Ham, claret and blue bastards. They can hold that. Is what it is.
Lucky
Is what
though.
it is.
Let's be real.
Oh no, we were lucky, 100%. I'm not even trying to say we played well. We didn't play well. We were dog shit for about 75 minutes, and then we woke up as soon as Brozier and Havertz came on. Our midfield, I've already said, is a mess. It's just a bunch of eights, and they're all injury prone, and none of them have a final ball to save their lives. And we've got one DM that's playing like shit, but we'll find our way around it. It's a long
We
season.
need to talk
It is
about your
what it
fraud
is.
of a goalkeeper as well.
I've been saying Mendy needs to get dropped. I've been saying it.
Yeah, you
Frauds
were.
are goalkeepers. They're both shit, aren't they?
What was that?
Kepa's shit as well.
Kepa is a bit shit as well. I understand that. But are we going to keep playing Mendy through bad form for like the same way we've done the last 7 months?
I don't know. All right. So is Mendy in bad form worse than Kepa is the question you need to ask yourself.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. Kepa for one-off games hasn't been an absolute disaster class
Aye.
for us.
So we're saying, do you bring in
That's
Kepa
the
for
bar,
one
is it?
game
Not an
and
absolute
then,
disaster
and then move it
class.
on? Yeah,
With what Mendy's doing, yes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You might have to run with Kepa in it. I hear that. Man. You might have
If
to
it's
run with
trash
Kepa.
v trash, there's trash that's been out for longer and smells worse. So you
Nah,
bring out other trash.
facts. I get what you're saying. It's kind of like you're live streaming and your options are like Prime and Ryan. I get you in it. I hear that, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the option of getting mugged or burgled.
yeah.
Ah,
You like that one, Jan? Yeah.
I did actually, thank you.
Yeah. There you go.
But that,
But
do you
yeah,
know what though? I think even if Mendy gets dropped, like you say, even if Kepa comes in, at least Mendy will then step his game up because we know Mendy is capable of better. So that's
See,
one thing.
Look at Havertz, for example. We finally benched him for the first time in 5 games. And then he comes off the bench and he has an
Mount.
impact. No, Mount didn't do shit. Mount didn't do shit.
No, but Mount was benched as well, no?
Oh yeah, Mount was benched too, but like
This guy's
least
dying
have
in
the
the stream,
shit on
bro.
him.
Nah, yeah, yo.
Sideways.
Oh,
Mount
my
came
God,
on.
you lot
Mount
killing
came on,
me.
and the ball just rebounded off him for 20 minutes. He did fuck all. But this is the thing.
Money
it can
Mineral
have impact
Mount, yeah?
on some players.
It's
Exactly.
Mickey Mount, man. It's Mickey Mount.
Mickey
That,
Mouse.
that is not my
Monopoly Mount, bro.
Mickey
Yeah,
Mouse
Monopoly's
is
a good
sick.
game. Monopoly's a great board game.
Yeah,
He don't have a great game. You know what I'm saying? He's
Monopoly
Mickey Mount.
Money Mount.
Yeah. Hey, Monopoly money. Never mind.
Yeah, Monopoly money.
I was gonna say something. Never mind.
Stocks are in
Yeah,
the
don't
fucking
say it.
bin.
Sure.
But yeah.
Man, no one asked you anything. Sure. Sure.
At least Mount can stay on the bench for all I care because him and Conor Gallagher do the same thing. They run around and they don't have any end product. At least Havertz, maybe he can come off the bench and do something. Maybe as a second striker, we can get something out of him. But other than that, our options are fucking bleak everywhere. The only place where I can back my team is in defense. In midfield, God knows what happens there. In attack, God knows what happens there. Long
was your-
season, though.
What was your thoughts on the Gallagher clip? Did you see that when Tuchel was
The
on the
what?
sideline? The Gallagher clip. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I was like, I
Go
get why Tuchel was moaning because Gallagher was playing like shit, but you're the one that said you were happy with our midfield after the Leeds game. You're the one that didn't pursue a midfielder until 2 days before the window started.
Yeah.
I mean, the window ended. So if now you don't like our midfield options that you stood by throughout the entire summer when we all said we needed a midfielder, you're going to have to hold that. That's on you.
You said that.
I said it 2 weeks ago, and I'm running that energy for the whole season. Whatever happens with the midfield is on Tuchel. He cannot complain about it, and I'm not going to listen to it if he does, because we all knew we needed midfield options. We have 3 8s that we rely on, and they're all injury prone. We brought in another DM that's injury prone, and the other DM we have is declining in front of our eyes. Like his defensive abilities is going down. He's looking a lot shakier when he's on the ball, and teams are noticing it, and they're pressing him every time he has possession. Tuchel said he was happy with the midfield, so that's on him.
Yeah,
Whatever
but
happens,
on the last day, they were like, because I heard Chelsea even went for like Lavia, who's only just gone. So they obviously panicked at the last minute. So why not get a club like Chelsea? You can get people in who are good, who might not mind spending games on the bench. You know what I mean? So you can get them people in earlier. I understand you needed to fix your defense, but I feel like you perfected your defense and kind of ignored the other areas. Do you know what I mean? But it's like defenses, they're going to win you some games, but in reality, you know, you need goal scorers because there's no point in keeping a clean sheet if you don't score. So I think
I agree, but
I
the
don't
only
understand Arsenal's Chelsea's approach to the transfer window. I don't really get it personally.
I only
Just
understood
throw
it
money
because
at the
we
problem, like it's been for
we
the
lost
past
Rudiger and
5-6 years.
Christensen. So like we had to
To be
replace the
honest,
pair.
your defense, you've done really well. I think you've replaced. I think Koulibaly is a great buy. I personally think though, by the time you've gone and spent loads of money, surely you could have thrown money at Rudiger. He might have stayed if you gave him like a good contract, and then that would have saved one of
It
the
was a
problems.
sanction.
Koulibaly's better than Rudiger, though.
We couldn't renegotiate anything during
But I
the
would
sanction.
have
denying
kept
it, like,
Koulibaly. I would have.
They've actually got they've got an
Koulibaly.
upgrade on their defense.
Rudiger.
Like, they've replaced them really, really well.
But that's what I'm saying. But I would have kept Rudiger and got Koulibaly. That would have been my 2 with Thiago.
That would actually be a fire too, to be honest.
That's what I would have done.
I would have done the same thing.
Though, in a way.
As soon as we got sanctioned, and then Rudiger said he couldn't wait any longer at that point,
Okay.
and then he negotiated with Real Madrid, and it was already done.
No.
AC was basically already a Barca player by December, so that was basically done by that point too. So we couldn't do anything.
Having stomach aches. Hold that.
Why? Like, why? Well, we're trying to have
Yo,
a
he's
civilized
better, man.
discussion.
Allow
Yeah.
him, innit?
Nah,
Allow him.
facts it
It's
is.
a civilized conversation.
I
I
know
know
you're
you
right.
comment.
Because he has gone to a warmer
Civilized
country.
conversation.
He has gone to a warmer country,
On
so that
Shameless
affected
FC
him.
account.
So that's why.
On
he's
Shameless
saying
FC,
his fever went up.
Okay,
And it's
fair
different.
enough.
man.
I didn't
Man
name the
wants
show,
to have
bro.
a civilized
I didn't name the show,
conversation.
and he's gonna get mad. It is what it
On
is.
Shameless FC,
I'm with
like,
you on that, Lewis, man. I get it. There's no need in it. Fever
But is it
change,
not
weather
Shameless
change,
FC?
fever. I get that.
It's all right. Just give him some Gaviscon, it'll be fine.
Man, some Pepto Bismol or some shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Some Coke Hold'em on.
Fucking
Some paracetamol.
Fucking hate you guys. But
Tommy
yeah,
Ross.
that's the reason why we couldn't get any midfielders or attackers, because we had to focus on replacing the defenders. Although we could have at least got one midfielder in at that point, which is still fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's
but-
what made no sense. Like, you lot normally have a plan. You do throw a lot of money at your problems, but
Oh,
it's like you lot
that.
didn't have a plan. Like, that's what surprised me. That you lot
But
didn't
I
have
think
a
a
plan.
lot of teams are like that this window, though, because I think a lot of teams like that you wouldn't expect to do the business, like lower down the league, were getting everything wrapped up, and then the teams at the top, it felt very like last minute. Do you know what I mean? It just
Panicking.
seems a bit weird.
Like Liverpool signing Arthur, stuff like that.
I mean,
No,
yeah, they
respect
could have
Arthur,
had
man.
Nunes.
Respect
They could have got Nunes. So
you
I
rate
don't-
Arthur, Brian?
Nunes, if we got him
Rate
a
him.
week or two ago.
Arthur.
What did
Yeah,
you say, Flawless?
I said, do you rate him?
Yeah, I rate him. It's just his injury record worries me.
So you're like
But
in the
actually,
Chelsea
I
bracket
really
where
liked him at
you've got
Yeah, the
Barcelona.
Zakaria bracket.
you've got injury-prone midfielders and you've replaced them with injury-prone midfielders.
Problem is, he's an upgrade on all of our midfielders bar Thiago.
But can he stay fit?
Like, he's an upgrade on everyone else. Like, that's the
Can he-
worrying thing.
Can he stay fit?
That's
Is the
why we
question.
got. Yeah, the thing is, like, Thiago and Arthur are both like injury prone, innit? And I think Arthur's been brought in to like be kind of the kind of offer what Thiago does when Thiago's not there as well. But like, you're just relying on like one of them being probably fit, at least one of them being fit at the same time. And if they're both injured, then we're fucked in it at the same time. But like, you're just relying on, it's just extra depth at the end of the day. I do think that if we get him on the pitch consistently, it will be an effective signing, because I remember I used to watching quite a bit of Barca in it when like Messi, Suarez were there a few years ago, and I really liked him, but like, he's not really kicked on at Juve. Injuries have impacted it. I don't think he really fit into Allegri's style of play. I think he'd probably be more suited to us. But I think it can be a good signing, to be honest. He offers us the ability to offer us more control in football matches, which is what we rely mainly on Thiago on, but he's always injured. And you've seen kind of how bad we've been without Thiago, like so far this season, innit? The main problem has been the midfield. Like, we have had no control in most of these games, innit? You know, the Manchester United game, the game yesterday, even the Newcastle game, we've struggled with the lack of control from the midfield. And I think Arthur, like on the pitch, if we get him on the pitch, he can offer that and improve that. So I think it's a good signing, to be honest. If you know, I think I'm happy with it.
I'm not even going to pretend I know anything about Arthur the player, but fair enough. Sounds very
I didn't
similar
really used to
to
like him at
Arthur
Barca.
Zakaria. What was that?
I know, but
I really liked him at Barca, Arthur, but
I heard he was very good at Barcelona, but
Was that
apparently
years ago?
he's not been 2018.
He moved at the beginning of the 2020, at the beginning of the COVID season, in a swap with Pjanic.
So wait, he's from 2020 BC before Corona, and that's what we're bigging up.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And even before then, I remember Barca trying to put Arthur in a deal to take William.
This guy.
Apparently, I remember the Barcelona
Before
fans
Corona,
wanted to
you know what
keep
I'm saying?
him. Like,
That's a
they
whole
were-
different time period than that. We went
Barca
through a lot
offered
of
us
time.
50 mil plus
Nah,
Arthur
they-
and William.
We're talking after AD
plan
and
to get
DC
him
and with
back
that.
to 2018 form. If Klopp can do that, you'll be all right. The problem
Yeah,
is
because I do remember
That was
Barcelona
a bar,
fans
fam.
didn't want him sold, didn't They
That was
wanted
a
to keep
bar.
Arthur. They just got Barca have been a fucked up club last few years anyway, man. They've made all of weird decisions. So like,
I mean,
I know Barcelona fans really wanted to keep him,
Most
but
facts thing you
yeah.
said.
yeah, they fucked up a lot of things. So I do rate him. Like, he's a very good technical footballer at the end of the day, and that's what we need at the moment. So and you just don't lose technical ability like that. So I do think that if we get him on the pitch enough, and we have at least one of him or Thiago fit, I do think we'll be all right, because that's what they'll offer what we've been missing in these first few games of the season, and what's cost us points, to be honest.
Didn't you want to see that midfield though? The one that you played against Everton. Was that the midfield you wanted to see, or was you against it? With the
No,
two-
I wanted to see it,
Yeah.
but I didn't think of the consequences and risk of putting two youngsters like Carvalho and Elliott, who are inexperienced, into a derby. But at the same time, I would have still rather them than putting James Milner in. Whatever people like James Milner, I think it's shown in the games he's played so far this season. Him starting in midfield, he's done at Liverpool. He should not be starting in midfield for Liverpool. It would have been way worse if we'd have started him yesterday. We were getting overrun and bypassed in midfield. It would have been worse with him.
Klopp's
It would have
era is
been way
over.
worse.
Quick question that's off topic, right? All I'm hearing about today is Diego Costa going for
Go
free
Wolves.
to
To
Wolves.
Wolves.
Why didn't Chelsea get him on a free? Because he's been the number 9 that's worked the
Diego
most.
He's done
I know
years.
he's older now.
He's
So,
finished.
you know that
Diego Costa's
I love
been finished.
I love Diego, but he's finished.
Wait,
He
you
was
had
you
finished.
know
Hazard
why
back.
he's
What's the
going to
difference?
Wolves. Do you know why he's
What?
going to Wolves?
You had
I still
Hazard
think
back. What's the
Hazard would offer
difference?
more than Diego.
Hazard
Costa.
ain't the same level of finish. He's literally a Champions League winner.
Yo, he
A
can't
two-time
get on the
He didn't do
football pitch.
anything.
He can't
He
get on the
didn't come
Oh, he's
football
to
pitch.
that
overweight.
Champions
He's always
League
going to
win.
lose weight.
Influence that
He
Eden
can't do
Hazard
anything
put into
for that
that Real
Champions
Madrid
League win.
squad.
He's
He's already got more La Liga trophies than Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's only been there
That's
3
so-
years. I
No,
don't make
yeah,
the
got a
rule.
load
I
of
only
Premier League
fantastic. How many
trophies.
Champions Leagues he got?
And he's-
How many
He
Champions
got
Leagues?
he gets. Do you know what he gets? He
Only
gets
got one. He'll get
participation.
another
He gets
5 and become
participation
Chelsea,
medals.
innit?
He got his
It's just
certificate.
well done for being part of the squad. That's
He
all
gets
it was.
participation medals. That's what it is.
No,
At least
like
you
I'm not
tried
saying
medal.
that Costa's like the number 1 striker. I'm just saying with the options Chelsea have.
Basically,
can't
saying
do
Chelsea's
that.
options
Where?
are so shit, yeah, that they should
Yeah,
have
I
got
mean-
the old washed Costa. That's what
You
you're
have
saying.
got
Play with your
Aubameyang now,
chest,
and
innit?
Aubameyang's
Play
probably
with your
better.
chest.
You know
Aubameyang's
what?
not
She's
wrong.
not even
You're
wrong
being
with
nice.
that.
Not even.
Why
I'm
you being
not
nice?
even
No,
saying
yeah,
that.
don't do that. Why you being nice about it? Because if you was talking to me and said that about United, you wouldn't have been all nice. Call
Yeah, I
them what
wouldn't
they
be nice
are,
about
innit?
United.
Yeah, I know. See what I'm saying? So bring the same energy.
Some
You know what I'm
violent,
saying?
toxic.
Bring the same energy.
33-year-old washed
she
Diego
madness.
Costa
She a, you know
or
what I'm saying?
Havertz up front.
Asking all
Listen,
I
that.
yeah.
actually don't know.
Mute
say
your
every
mic.
goal.
Mute your
Here we
mic.
go.
Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh.
Anyway.
But you know
Hey,
why
everyone
this-
else
you know
mute
why
their
it
mic.
looks
I
like
want to
it's
see
going
this
to-
go on.
All the time we like this because of her, man. You know what I'm saying?
Luckily, you're not pointing at me. You're pointing at Cam.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Most players
saying,
you-
bro? Like,
No, wait.
It's 'cause of her.
I know I got a little ponytail now.
Nah,
From it,
not
but
you,
come
man.
on,
This
bro.
one in it. No, you, Cam. This one in it. The problematic one in the bottom right hand corner.
Cam,
You know
have a
what I'm
go.
saying?
Point left and right and see which one. It's really hard. I
Go.
always
Yeah,
mess it
it's
up.
tough, isn't it?
I
That's
know,
why I
but-
Always go
boom.
boom.
Am I pointing at Ryan or not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you see,
you're
it's
pointing
always
at Ryan.
yeah. You see,
That's easy.
It's
Neil.
reversed.
Point at the dick, like point
Up
at the
and down is
dickhead. That's
easy.
simple. You know what
Ryan.
I'm saying? Yeah.
I can point up. That's quite easy, isn't it?
Yeah,
But it's, oh, this shit.
That is hard,
left
actually.
and right. Yeah.
There's.
Points
Hey,
at the
Ryan.
team, no back-to-back
ET
trophy.
phone home, bruv.
Hey Ryan, ET phone home.
He's not old
You
enough.
said
to
Liverpool
eat.
was winning the quad.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
Hey, look, it almost happened. It almost happened.
EP's a bit before
You
you.
said
what-
Chelsea
what-
Almost.
what-
It almost.
Wait,
I can
wait.
say that
No,
today.
you
We
said Chelsea
almost
had an
won.
almost
We
squad
almost
parade at the
won,
end of the
but it
Lewis
didn't.
said
But
Chelsea
it
were
didn't
winning
happen.
the league last season. At least my
Man
prediction was
City
a lot
almost
closer.
won the Champions League.
Hey, congratulations! You were closer, and we both still.
My
didn't get
prediction
what
was
we
a lot
wanted.
closer. You said Chelsea were winning the league.
Neither
You
of
barely-
us
you
got
just
what
about
we
got top
predicted.
four.
You can be closer to being right. We were both still wrong.
Now, Ethan, hold that, Ryan.
You're both wrong, but my statement.
You're going.
wasn't
Hey,
ridiculous.
listen. Have you? Hey, listen. I don't know yet. I
Man
don't know.
said
I
you
don't,
could be closer to being right. We were both still wrong. Yo. That is brilliant. Yo.
It's true.
That is
though.
brilliant.
That is
Why would
good.
I be
I'm using that
closer
one.
to
That is
being
a good
correct?
one.
That is A1. That I like that.
You guys are so immature.
Hey, hey, Ryan, hold that. You know what I'm saying? Hold that.
has anyone seen Taskmaster?
Yes.
No.
No.
All right, so you know what I'm saying, yeah. You know when my man gives the points out for participating, he goes, "Do you know what? You argued a good point there, so you get an extra point."
Yeah, yeah,
But that's what that sounded like, bro.
This guy looking extra points.
It's
innit?
like
You know what I'm
winning.
saying?
It's like
That's what it
winning,
is. He's looking at extra
possession.
points. That's what it is. Like
It's like yeah, we got 65%.
we
possession.
almost got there,
Great.
but you know.
That being said, if they got an extra point, they probably would have won the league. But
Well, yeah, maybe another two, but yeah.
Nah, we would have still lost it on goal difference.
That
It
was
don't
a
matter.
low blow.
You
That.
would have still lost it on goal
Hold that,
difference.
Ryan.
Goal difference.
hold that. How do you even? I
Oh,
don't pay attention.
We would have still lost it on goal difference.
Hey, the goal. Hey, the joke slapped. It don't matter innit? We don't
Speaking
care.
of Steven Gerrard, do you know how much I hate Steven Gerrard as a manager?
Nobody
The guy
mentioned
Well,
got-
Ryan,
Steven
no.
Gerrard.
No. Neil, let this good. It's an emotional breakdown. Go on, Ryan. The floor is yours. This is good. Trust me.
The guy,
Go on,
this
fam.
prick got the result yesterday that he should have got on the last day of last season and we would have been champions.
Nah, because City don't. City. The
Nah,
thing.
Maybe
no,
you
no,
lot
no.
should have beaten the top four.
City
side
don't
and
play
you
like
lot
that.
should
The titles at stake. Let's
No,
Talk
I'm
about
saying
Ryan,
Gerrard
innit? You
got the
don't
result he
blame.
should have
Yeah,
at the end
don't
of
blame
last
Jurgen
season.
Klopp or your world class centre backs or your full backs or your best midfield pivot. Or
Yeah, blame
Salah,
the Danish
anything.
Maldini instead.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Like,
No, don't
blame
go
him.
on, Ryan. Innit? Why is
as
it
well.
Steven Gerrard's fault? Why is it taught to us? Why is it Steven Gerrard's fault? Full screening for this, Lewis. Isn't it?
Lewis, I know what you're doing. They're slipping that in.
There we go.
Man. I ain't gonna say
What
it.
am I
now.
doing?
Why not, man? Why you
I
acting
knew
all shy?
exactly what you're doing,
I'm
slipping
just
that
saying,
in, bro.
Gerrard, yeah. He was 2-0 up with 68 minutes gone away to City at the end of last season. All he needed to do was just get a draw from them, and he didn't do it, and we would have won the title. And yesterday he goes and gets a draw when he didn't deserve it. Honestly, you know how much I felt. I was pissed at full time.
How pissed was you, fam? Talk to us. What was the emotions?
Bro, I was
Tell
on the
us, man.
screen with you.
Don't hold back.
What was the emotions you was feeling? Let the people know. I know, but I don't.
Don't
care.
hold back.
Crying.
Let us know.
I legit
Talk to
felt like
us.
crying.
Go on,
You
why
know
did you
how
feel
many
like crying?
times over the summer since that
Oh, you
final,
beat me to it. Fuck. I was gonna play that.
since the final day of the season?
Wait.
when that
Who else
happened?
had that idea?
I,
'Cause,
me.
like,
Me.
It was me,
oh,
fam.
for
Yeah, come,
fuck's
come.
sakes, bro.
I had this. Have you got it up?
Three of us had that idea.
You're
I
killing
can't be
it.
arsed.
No, keep it going. Keep it going.
Do
then
you
I'll
know?
put
Do you
one
know what? I had a
Yeah,
similar
right, go on,
idea,
bro.
innit?
Sorry,
I had a
give me
similar idea, bruv.
Mad,
But it wasn't that one. It was the Tupac one. From dun 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 dun.
That's a good.
Ryan, I said maybe if you'd not be a top 4 side, you would have won the league.
Yeah, maybe if Coco Klops was better, you win the league. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hey, listen, Ryan. Like I said, man, I said it like
Flawless, did
2-3
you see
minutes
what
ago.
Messi's doing
Just
WhatsApp
accept
today?
Klopp's era is
Yeah.
over, man. It is what it is, bro.
You reckon it's done, Cam? Yeah, you reckon it's over.
It's done, bro.
Gosh, I think
Bro, the
that's-
league's
gets
already
major
done and
funding.
it's
Oh yeah, the league's
September.
wrapped. The league's wrapped up. Yeah.
The league's wrapped up, but
I never
let's
expected
not
us to win the
let's not
league.
act like we're not gonna see City lift that bloody three-peat.
Yeah, unfortunately we are. You know what I'm saying?
No, don't even cross your fingers. It's gonna happen. There's
Yeah,
know
why
what I
cross
hate
your
as
fingers
well?
like
yeah,
you've not
I
won
know.
it like
Listen,
4 or
Jan,
5
let's
years?
not mess about, Jan. Yeah, I know what I know what you do. You come on streams and you go on Twitter and you act like the innocent Man City fan, but and you're like, oh no, I'm nervous. But then as soon as it comes to it, you're like, I knew we were gonna win it. I knew we were gonna win it. I didn't have no doubt.
No.
Yeah, you told me the other day that Arsenal could
right. So
You told me
basically,
the other day
Ryan
Arsenal
asked
could
me,
challenge for the
Ryan said
title.
to me the other day, City are going to win the league. So I said we should do, to be honest.
Obviously.
In my opinion, we're the best team in the league, right?
Bro,
so then
why?
he said, we're not going to challenge this year or whatever he was saying about Liverpool. So he said, who do you think is going to challenge? So I said, I don't actually know because the way everyone's playing at the moment,
That's the answer.
I don't know. So I said, Arsenal look good because Arsenal started well. So then he said, do you think Arsenal will compete for the title? So I said, I don't know yet, but they look
It's
good.
obvious they're
But
not
the
going
thing
to.
is, but I'm not saying they're
Yeah,
going to
finish,
compete
bro.
with City as in it's going to be a point difference. I'm saying I don't know what's going to happen in this league. They could finish second, 25 points behind City. I don't know. Like, that's just the way it is. So right now, the way this league's going, it's one of them where every week it looks like a different person. Like, if you go off what's happening now, you'd be like, Leicester are going to get relegated. But we all know over the season,
They'll be going to Championship.
Leicester will be fine long term because they
Hey,
will.
listen. If that happens, hold that respectfully.
That's fine. Majority of my life will go to
Gonna
the
get
Championship.
relegated.
Because
They
you know what it
Sure.
is? Even if you get relegated, I swear you still get like 100 M's anyway.
We're not going to get relegated.
No,
No, you
it'll be one. A lot of teams are like overperforming at the moment. So what will happen is normal order will be restored. But this is what happens when it's in the first sort of 10 to 15 games. Everyone is over reactionary. Remember a few seasons ago, City was 7th in October, and everyone was saying, "Oh, City is shit," and then we went and won the league. Like, to me, the first 10 games, I'm not paying too much attention. I'm looking at things like how we're playing. You know, how certain players in my squad are playing.
Jan's just gassed that she's a City fan and she can just look at all of us and say,
Well,
hold
we didn't
that.
even win this weekend.
Every season, hold that. Every season, you can just look at us and go, hold that.
Oh,
Guess who City's last home games against?
It's all love, Jan. It's all love.
It's a
I
Chelsea.
know what it is.
Yep.
Wait,
Really?
what?
We always play Chelsea at the end of the
What is
season.
it,
So
May?
I got to travel over to these lot in May just to
Yo,
watch them
what-
lift
what
the
day?
league in
What's the
France.
day?
That'd be good.
I'll come with
What?
you, bro. I'll come
I
with you.
don't
In
know.
May,
Like
that's my
they'll
birthday
announce
month.
when
I'll
the
come
FIFA
with you.
dates are sorted.
Yeah, but
Flawless,
we'll go
link
out
up.
that night.
Yeah, we'll have a
link
big
up.
Yeah, no, I'll
link-up
shout you. I'll
celebrate
shout you. I'll shout you.
City
Definitely.
Link up.
potentially winning the league.
We ain't doing no City
May,
potential.
yeah?
thing. We
What, in
drinking to
May?
forget.
In May.
Yeah,
That's my
we
birthday
drinking
month.
to
Yeah,
forget.
link up, bro.
Yeah, link up definitely, 100%.
Actually,
100%.
Pull
RJ
up
in the
Neil.
comments saying City have squad depth. We actually don't. That's the problem this season. We actually have
Nah,
9.
do you know what? Nah, I
What do
saw
you mean
that,
you
you
don't
know.
have
I
squad
didn't
depth?
realize how
Yeah,
such
I
What do you
think
mean?
he's
Yeah, no,
like-
we need to revisit that, Jan.
Yeah,
What do you mean
right.
you
The
don't
squad
have
is
squad
still
depth?
good enough. The squad is still more
No,
than good enough.
So we have a very, very good squad, obviously. But when
That
he's
wasn't the
talking squad
question.
depth, we actually have better squad depth last season because we have more players, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but your squad
Now
depth
we
is
have
still very
9
Your
good.
still squad
players.
depth
Yeah,
is
you
decent.
still got
It's very,
Coleman
really
there.
good.
Yeah, we have a decent squad depth, but he said
No, it's
City
very
are
good.
overrated.
That's not what you said, Jan. You said you don't have a good squad depth, which you
You brought
genuinely
on
do.
Kevin De Bruyne in the 69th minute the other
No,
Nobody's
day.
no,
talking
no,
to you,
no,
bro.
squad depth.
No,
Hold that
no.
right, shut up.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
her
I,
just
talking
I
talk.
didn't
rubbish,
mean
yo.
that. I was referring to what he said. City are overrated. They just have squad depth, like the other top clubs
No,
don't
no,
have
you,
squad depth.
you
I'm
are the
not
only team
comparing
with very good squad
every
depth.
team.
Everybody else is weak. My team is one injury away from Harry Maguire being in the centre.
Yeah.
Don't tell me
That's
about
true.
weak squad
Yeah.
depth. You know what
Listen,
I'm
Harry
saying? And
Maguire was
don't
getting
do
you
that.
second a few
Don't
seasons
do that.
ago.
Yeah. What a
You've
trophy,
got to
innit? You know what I'm
respect
saying?
Harry Maguire. He needs to start
Runner,
playing for you.
runners-up trophy, yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Great stuff, innit?
Fan
Some
bloody
But
runners-up.
yeah,
tastic.
I'm just
Liverpool's
saying. City,
Ryan's been holding that for a couple years
Yeah,
still.
man.
I
innit?
agree with what people are saying because I think usually, like, you look to City's bench and you think, wow, like, we used to genuinely have 5 or 6 players that were like,
And
they
still
should
look
be
to it and
starters.
think, wow.
But now, if you look, the other day when we played Crystal Palace, I think the bench had played 180 games
Let me have a
and
look at what your bench was.
178 of
That's
them
what I'm
were
looking at now.
Gundogan.
Yeah, I'm
It was
having a look
like,
at
it was
too.
madness. So
No,
I'm not
yeah,
saying we
you're
don't have
shameless,
squad
bro.
depth, but in comparison to what we have had,
It is Shameless FC.
Jan is so shameless. Her bench yesterday, they had Grealish,
no,
Alvarez,
yesterday,
Mahrez,
yesterday, yeah, but Palace was not.
She's talking about the
This is what
Palace
I'm
game, the
saying.
4-2 one, yeah?
If,
Aye,
yeah,
aye.
if
I'll
we're
have a
if
look.
we're talking about everyone being fit, I
So-
agree with you. But a few more injuries, and it's
This
not.
was this
looking-
was your
not
bench. It
looking
was
as good as it
Gundogan,
was.
Alvarez, yeah, Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
It wasn't the
Okay,
best.
that
It
was
That's
was
what I'm
looking
saying.
looking
And
kind of
Alvarez
Liverpoolish
is
still.
new.
You got a point.
I
It was
like
looking
Alvarez.
Liverpoolish.
I think Alvarez should have played
point.
against Villa. I'm telling you
Still got
that.
Alvarez and Gundogan. on
She's
that
spitting.
bench.
Now,
Unfortunately,
Gundogan
she's
came
right.
on, obviously, but what I'm saying is most of them games were played by Gundogan. I think it was like 180 games that he's played, and then everyone else. I think Alvarez has 1, and Cole Palmer has like 2. It was like literally everyone else was in single digits. But I'm not really concerned now because at the moment we've got a good enough squad. My concern is if we get a ton of injuries, that's when you start looking at the bench and thinking, oh, shit. So that's the problem.
Fucking hell. Oh, didn't even close.
Have you not seen our bench this
Hey, Jan,
season?
listen.
Yeah, your bench
You know
is
what it
terrible.
is? I'm that
go on.
Our
close.
bench is
I'm
worse.
that close to being in your side. So
It's-
with this Farteta guy, I'm that close. I'll shamelessly say, hey, I'll be
All
holding
over
it
the
down in
phone,
London.
man.
Put it that way.
What, are you going to go on loan to City for the year?
Bro, listen.
Right,
Win
you're on
more
a loan,
trophies.
fam. Is that what it is?
Only
No,
been one
right.
defeat,
Bam,
bro.
until this Farteta reign is
Yo,
done.
fam, but
He's not
fam,
going
you go,
anywhere.
you go,
He's
fam,
not
you
going
go
anywhere
on,
soon.
but Cam, you go on loans like outside the country or to another spot. That's what you do. I've been there. You know what
Listen,
saying?
I'm
You
done
go
with
outside
that,
the
bro.
country
20
and
years,
spot.
fam. I'm
London
completely,
feels like another country.
bruv. It's shamelessly gone past that, bro. It's bruv. I don't care. Listen, Barcelona was my second team, innit? I'll be real with you. I used to get. I had like 2 or 3 Barcelona shirts where I was following them for a good period of time, especially with Messi. Like when Henri went there, I started following them, and then Messi came through, and Messi like made me continue to follow them. Up until around, I was like they were properly my second team. Like I used to watch them. I wouldn't say religiously every week, but I used to watch them most weekends. I would say up to about 2012. Because then after 2012 happened, obviously Mandem happened, and bruv, fuck football, bruv. I was too busy going out getting drunk. But anyway, yeah. So, but there was a good 5-6 year period where I was a proper Barca. Like they were my second team. So when we lost to them during that period, I didn't really care because I knew how good they were. And I already knew from the get-go they were going to destroy. Almunia tax is mad, you know. It's hefty, bro. You cannot get a bigger tax than Almunia tax. That's what I'm saying.
No, Kepa tax.
Let's not talk tax.
Listen.
No,
The only one thing I'll say that was all right about Almunia.
Don't talk
was
about that tax.
His reaction on penalties. It was all right. He did save a few,
Genuinely
but anything
sounds like
else,
Kepa.
ask him to save anything above his ear. Anything above his ear is going in.
You sure it's not Kepa?
I'm telling you right now that Almunia tax is
Literally
hefty.
just describing him.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, do not argue with me when it comes to this tax, bro. This tax is you know what? If Kepa tax is hefty,
bro.
Kepa tax is
Both
like
are hefty.
Kepa tax is like you know when the government don't tax you because you're too rich. That's a Kepa tax. Almunia tax is when they tax you more than 70% because you're poor.
At least Kepa helped you win trophies.
Yeah, because he was good at penalties, but like that was it.
Did Almunia not help you win trophies either, Cam?
Nah, they brought him on in Paris and they lost the Champions League.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's won something though. Did he not win
the
the FA Cup?
whilst he was at our club,
Did he win the FA Cup?
Don't get me. I don't think he won one trophy. To be honest,
He didn't win one trophy.
Really?
I don't think he was there in 2014.
Oh, because they remember you did have like an 8. Was it like an 8-year?
Nine.
He had a big trophy.
Probably in there.
Nine.
Nah, I wasn't even dropping shade.
Nine.
I was just saying.
He also said that nicely.
You went 9 years with no silver.
If that was United,
That final against Birmingham,
Your drop's going
Koscielny
on.
and Almunia tax.
Now, love. Yeah, put your camera up.
I think that was Chesney in goal still, but still, I still blame Almunia. Just the fact that he was a part of our club, I blame him.
Thank you. That was great.
Right, so
But yeah,
T1
man,
says,
like I
before
said,
the Arsenal versus United game, every pass and goal, I kept thinking none of our players can do that. Yes, direct forward passing. I haven't seen that since Cesc Fabregas was here, but we move. Going on to the United Arsenal game and everything because I know it's what everyone to talk about. Flawless, I'm gonna start off with you. Thoughts on the game and also United being unbeaten in 4 after being bottom of the league. It's a mad turnaround, but talk to me about it.
Yeah, crazy. It's been a crazy turnaround, pleasing turnaround. And I said it yesterday when we was doing the Q&As, we was doing the fan calling show. I've been saying all week I expect Manchester United to win this game. I've been saying this. I was confident. People was on my case like, yeah, why are you confident? Arsenal are a good side. Yes. Have they been playing well? Yes. But I look at their team, and I've been saying this on this show for the longest. Their team is overhyped and it's nothing special. That doesn't mean I think their team is bad. That doesn't mean I think their team can't achieve things, but we've seen it today. For the first 20 minutes, and I like the lineup that we had. You know what I'm saying? Ten Hag's been on a roll. The lineup was fine. I was glad to see Anthony start because I didn't expect him to start. And the first 20 minutes, we bossed it in terms of possession. We had like 74% possession. I'm saying like in the first 20. And then from then on, Arsenal came into the game. And literally from that point onwards, even when we scored the goal up until they got their equalizer, they was dominating the ball more, but De Gea barely made any saves. And one thing I like about the Manchester United side is we can play in different ways. We can dominate the ball and bop it around, but then we can also hit teams on the counter-attack as well. And just how much better we've been defensively, we look solid. That's why when people were picking us to lose or 2-3-4s and that, I'm like, why do you think we're going to concede so many goals? I don't get it. Like, that's been the strong part of our team. Is there still weaknesses? Yes. Christian Eriksen is just pure quality. Like, he was the difference today.
Fucking unbelievable.
Like, yeah.
Again,
And that's why
I can't be bothered we never even went for someone like that when we lack creativity.
And that's why I expected us to beat Arsenal, because it's like, yeah, the midfield, all right, Casemiro didn't start, but I was saying our midfield's better than this. I was like, you cannot pitch up with a midfield of Lokonga, Xhaka, and Odegaard and think you're going to do something. As good as their front three was, because their front three was good today. Martinelli was bright, Saka was good as well, and Jesus was a nuisance the entire time. But that midfield is not it. And Eriksen is the standout player. Nah, Saka wasn't crap. He was probably their best attacker. He was their most that was the most potent attacker.
I actually think Arsenal.
The thing is,
Yeah,
I said it. I think Saka's one of the most overrated players in the league.
Again, you mistaken the thing. I'm not talking about him being overrated. I'm talking solely about today's game. And in today's game, he was their most important attacker. He got the better of
diving in the
Malacia.
first half, bro.
Yeah, he's so because he dived, meaning he didn't have a good game. Like I said, he was their
I
most
didn't
threatening
think
one.
he did that much,
Jesus
to be fair.
didn't.
I
Jesus
thought
was a
Jesus
nuisance.
was way better.
I don't think he was way better, but I would expect.
No, do you know
him to
why
be
you say that, Flawless? Is because Jesus had to drop. This is the problem. Jesus had to drop back a lot to push forward. So you didn't see him attack. Well, no, you saw him attack, but you didn't see him as a forward. You didn't see him attack as forward as like what Jesus and Martinelli was, because he was the one that was dropping back. So that's what we didn't want. This is what we were trying to eradicate with Lacazette. We didn't want someone to drop back to have. We want him to be the man to stay forward. Do you know what I mean? But today, in today's game, like I said, I said it earlier when I jumped on at the end of the live stream, the watch along. I said, at the end of the day, yeah, I'm not saying he was fantastic, but he was good enough. And like I said, since that Martinez Varane partnership's come in, like I said, I didn't say he bossed them. He didn't do nothing like that, but he did have them on their back foot.
Yeah. It was a
like
battle, and that's what I said.
He was a nuisance.
Yeah, he's a nuisance.
So in that
I don't
sense,
think. Yeah, and I don't think Jesus
so in
was
that
bad
sense,
today.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
he did more than Saka. I know Saka scored the goal, but for me, he did more than Saka.
Even outside of the goal, like even the one where he spanned Malacia and then he's hit the right foot shot across, he looked the most threatening. Like he did, he went past. It was in the first half. He went past Malacia and he put a low cross across the box, and I think Varane cleared it. Not that the other two was bad. Like I say, Arsenal's front three was decent, but for all the ball play, all the ball you had, and during that period, you deserved the equalizing goal. They didn't create too much, and that's because of their midfield. I kept saying this the entire time. Odegaard is overrated. He's a decent player, that's it, but people will hype him up like he's spectacular. Eriksen was not the sole difference today, but it's no accident that he was involved in all three goals. The pass he played, he whipped into Bruno for the first goal, is an incredible pass. But people won't talk about it because so much went on. Because so much went on after that. The pass that he clipped into Bruno and then Bruno's through ball, which was great by the way, into Rashford. People won't talk about that. His run from
that
deep.
was a very good assist.
Yeah, it was very like even the run from deep. People telling me, oh, he's got no legs, he can't run. You look fine then. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what though? I actually think from a scoreline perspective, if you see 3-1, like I think you would see the game a little bit differently. I actually think Arsenal played all right. I think they just didn't shoot enough. It felt like
because
De Gea didn't have much to do when he should have had a lot to do, if that makes sense.
But that's
and I think at the other end, United were clinical today. Like we've seen games where you've not been clinical, but today that Anthony goal was good. And then the Rashford
goal was good.
You've seen Rashford, miss chances like that. I think it was his first goal. He just, that was a really good goal. So I think United were clinical. Arsenal just
I do think Arsenal's defense fell apart though.
But I think, I don't think...
When I saw that, when that stat came up, when I saw that stat was the first half stats.
I don't know why they played
Arsenal 10 shots. Was it Arsenal 10 shots, 1 on target? United 5, 3 on target.
That's
I think I was at like half time. When I saw that stat, but I just went like that. Wow.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned it in terms of
Arsenal. Like we've had 10 shots and we've only had 1 on target. Wow.
But that's credit to our defense though, because that's been the strong part of this 4-game run. That's been the strongest part of our team. Like I've tweeted about it because we was laughing.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is today as well? Do you know what
100%.
was my big issue today? They didn't want to fucking shoot.
They did,
They were like
Odegaard in particular. It was Odegaard.
Odegaard, could have had about 5-6 different shots. Now I'm not saying all of them would have gone in, but 1 or 2 would have travelled at least the game, or maybe 1 would have gone in.
Fancy it, man.
This guy did not want to shoot. This guy was hesitant.
That's the problem, though, because if you had 10 shots, 5 on target, you could argue De Gea had a good game. Do you know what I mean? But De Gea didn't have to do anything because they weren't shooting at him. So, and like you say,
what do you think that is?
But I don't know why.
It's defensively us being good. That's been the problem.
I think the defense will be good, but I think it's the way that you coach the players, and you're like, right, if you get in a good shooting position, have a go. It seems like Arsenal are trying to pass it into the back of the net, and it's like you don't just.
They're trying to always score the perfect
There's no
goal.
point in doing 5 passes and a beautiful touch in where you could do it in 3 and have a shot on target. That's where there's a little bit of with overplaying. Just keep it simple, and sure, if somebody's in a better position, then pass it. If not, have a go.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
I can't even talk because my bloody right back decided to shoot rather than pass to
Yeah, he
Haaland.
did hold
you
that,
know?
innit?
Oh, that
I
was
can't
stupid
talk.
what Walker
Who-
I've
did.
got 1 point.
But you know what?
15,
It is what it is.
16, 1 in 6. 1 in 6 now. Shit me.
Crazy.
18
But yeah,
points.
like I said, like Lewis was saying, yeah, man, pleased with the result. 4 wins from 4. Players are playing well. New signings have hit up. Casemiro will go into the side eventually.
So
We
what
know
you're
that Sonny's
saying is
playing
the
well.
treble on then?
Say that again?
I want some predictions. Are you going for the treble?
Of what? What's treble of what? Are we playing darts?
Treble of
What
trophy.
treble? No, we are not going for the
Trophy.
treble. We're going for one actually. We're in for the Europa League, 100%. I've said this. Win the Europa League. I've already said that from the jump. That's
And
the
if
competition
Sevilla
we
aren't
need to
in it
target.
this year, they're in the
Europa League.
Champions
I don't care. We move into everybody. That's
Let's
our
drop down. They
competition.
could drop
We
down
move
from
into
your
we
group.
move into
Oh,
everybody.
they
No
could,
matter
yeah.
who drops down, you lot can drop down Ryan in it. We move into anybody in that competition. That's ours. We're gonna win that. That's what I'm
You never
confident.
know though, because Dortmund's defense apparently are having problems. I haven't watched Dortmund this season, but apparently their defense.
Dortmund's defense has always been shit.
Their defense having problems, Jan, and you've just bought one of their players.
I know.
Yeah, and
But
you
I'm
bought their
just
best
talking
striker and their
Champions League
centre
group.
back.
It might not be Sevilla that go down to the Europa League.
Yeah, Dortmund. I think it could be Dortmund. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be Dortmund. I don't know. I will have to see how they play. I've not watched them, so I can't
They're
say for
actually top
definite.
of the league.
Apparently
I think.
Sevilla
They're the top of the
weren't
league
playing
team,
well
though.
against Barcelona either, but I haven't been watching them, so we'll have to see. I'm sure we'll find out.
Barcelona are doing well though. Barca are doing well so far this season. To be fair, they've made a good start.
Yeah. I mean, they bought so many players. So you'd think it would take them longer to sell in.
But I did think
Yeah.
Arsenal's
Hey, go on.
defense for the goals.
Yeah, it was good taking the
thought-
wheels off that bandwagon. Sorry to cut you off, Ryan, and that. Just to shut them lot up. Not so much Cam because he told me what was going to happen.
Yeah, because
But shutting
Cam's
them
real
lot up
with it.
is
Yeah.
brilliant, and that. Arsenal have been
Yeah.
quiet. Certain Arsenal fans ain't messaged me. I've not seen them on
Yeah.
Twitter. I'm gonna have to send out owl like it's Harry Potter. I'm so happy that we did what we did to them, and I was confident going into this because their team
You
is
are a
not all
proper
that.
nerd, you know,
I've
making
do-
Harry Potter.
You know what someone said, Flawless? Someone
Go on.
said Arsenal fans are the only ones that can have one tweet and they're an underdog and a great footballing institution
Yeah.
in the same
Facts.
in the same
For
tweet.
facts. And I
Like,
told everyone we would derail that. Everyone who was like on my manager's case, apologies. You know what I'm saying? And that when I was saying back the manager and let him do what he needs to do, it was like, oh, he should walk out. He's not good enough. It's like, oh, he's had 2 games. Give him.
I
a
will say though, do you think it's not just like in a manager's first season, especially when they're changing the philosophy of the club, there's ups and downs. Like there was the
Absolutely.
downs at the start.
But
This is an up period as well, and I'm not saying Ten Hag's going to completely bomb and United are going to be 10th or anything like that.
yeah,
but
yeah.
there will be a downside to it, especially with the
But
fixtures.
the process is
that are
working,
coming up
Lewis.
But
The
Right
process
now,
overall
yes,
is
I'm
working.
I'm not saying it's going to fail. I'm saying there's going to be ups and downs as the
100%.
season progresses.
what
All I
what it
can
is
say,
that
yeah, all I can
what,
say is
before you go,
going
Cam,
to be-
what he did and what was smart in the first 2 games was let all of the players who had been failing hang themselves. That's what he
Yeah,
did.
that's
Go look
true.
and look back. Your Shaws, your
Smart.
Maguires,
Yeah.
Fred, Ronaldo. So now when the new players come in, there's no excuse of, oh, you should be playing such and such. Because them man have not only failed previously, they're not failed now. He's brought in, now we have a defensive structure. Our defense ain't looked this good in years, in yonks. Like, I actually have faith and belief in our defense. Because
I
defensively been
mean,
fine.
your squad's not a bad. If you look at the players, your squad's not a bad squad. Do you know what I
We
mean?
just had
I
a
think you
bad,
just
bad,
had-
bad manager. We
You
had a
just had,
terrible
yeah,
manager.
you just had well, it's not even a bad manager. It's a bunch of.
He was a
different
bad
managers.
manager.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying it's a bunch of different managers telling them to all do different things.
Well.
They need someone that's like, okay, this is how you want to play,
Drill
and that's
sergeant.
what Ten Hag will do. Ten Hag will say, I want this from you. You can see McTominay's playing out of his skin trying to
He's been
impress
balling
him.
out.
because you don't want to get dropped.
He's actually
I
played
think you
well.
can see
Okay.
with. I think you can see with this as well that some of United's best players have been the signings as well. Like you look at
Oh, yeah.
Martinez, you look at Malacia, you look at Ericsson. Like these are signings who are familiar, who
Yeah.
you know, new signings, new players. You know, Martinez and Ericsson have played. Know what Ten Hag system's all about. Anthony did well today, scored a goal. He knows what Ten Hag system's all about. It's very good what he's doing in terms of that, in terms of buying players who he knows are just used to his system, so there's less of a settling in period for those players. So I think they've had a good summer to. I think Casemiro. I said it, I think that's the best signing of the summer. Honestly, for the United, and it pisses me off every time I think for United, in my opinion, to get the best defensive midfielder in world football, a position they've needed for years, and to just go and get the best in the world for me, I think that's the best signing. I have to be real. I can't think of a better signing than that. I know Haaland's there and stuff, but like Casemiro to United, I never expected that would happen. It makes me sick.
And we never even bothered to try.
Didn't my DM? You know what I'm saying in that? My DM.
This
But
guy
yeah,
just
man,
came off the back of winning La Liga and the Champions League, you know.
League,
and he's gone
we-
to-
yeah.
Literally
And people-
played against us twice.
facts. And people
Until
said
it was
United,
like, nah.
And was
United have got no
exceptional
pull,
against us in the
can't sign
final.
players.
Exceptional
To be
blah,
to be
blah.
fair, Flawless, you were saying he weren't coming.
I didn't think he would come. I'm not gonna lie. Pause.
There we
Nah,
go.
I
So
didn't.
there's the pull right there.
Yeah,
But was anyone else
That's a pause,
interested?
That sounded wild, didn't it? You know what I'm saying? That's a wild pause.
I don't think anyone. I didn't see anyone linked. It was like he's going to go to United.
No, I just didn't believe it because of the incompetence. No.
Yeah.
But when I say pull, it was because of the incompetence of our board. I didn't expect us to go in for him. That's the difference. I think United can get pretty much any player they go in for in terms of selling the project. It's more so, will we like sensible? Because even though we got Casemiro, we went in for Rabiot first. Rabiot and Casemiro was there, and we went in for Rabiot first.
You
That
imagine
tells you what
him?
you need to know.
His mum.
But yeah, man, I'm
Rabiot
over the
shit
moon.
as well.
I'm
Rabiot's
over the
crap.
moon at what's going on. No complaints. Is there still deficiencies in the squad? Yes, I'm not getting carried away. But if we can keep that core fit, we'll do all right. Like I said, we'll do all right. And
I can't lie. I think
we've seen the difference.
with that Casemiro side, I think Rodri. You've seen Rodri's performances. He's shitting himself trying to prove he's the best DM in the league again now. Man knows he's got a proper rival there now. Not even a rival because Casemiro's better than him, innit?
Like I can say they're different. It's between those two.
They're different.
Like if
Rodri's better on the ball.
Has already
innit?
been having
Rodri's better on the ball than Casemiro, but as a defensive midfielder.
Oh, the guy you said is
breaking up
the declining
Oh,
guy, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and
guy
the guy who
who's
said you
What?
want to replace him in midfield. Yeah, hold that, Lewis.
But Flawless, like I'm not even
guy
saying this
disappeared
like
quicker than
I
Jorginho
can't
on defensive
stand-
transition. But go on, carry on.
I can't
That
stand Man
wasn't
United, but I think Rodri and Casemiro, like,
was
it's a good
100%
comparison
necessary.
because, like, Rodri's way better on the ball, innit, than Casemiro. But like, as a
I'm just saying
defensive midfielder,
All I'm saying is it's a
Casemiro,
preference
I don't think it's close. Like in
He
terms
said
of
to
a
me,
defensive
he should have
midfielder,
owned
what
it.
Casemiro's done over
His
the years
preference.
can't be denied. Like he's unbelievable.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get
Been
too
a
carried
fan
away
before.
about like the performances, but so far so good. 4 wins from 4. We actually have a team. This is all I've been crying out for: a structure, a system, and all of a sudden you're seeing better out of even the players I don't rate. All of them are starting to look like McTominay. He's been like very good today, and he was very good against Leicester City as well. I was like, right.
You
So
man
yeah,
have still
man.
got
Leicester
Martial
City-
coming
Leicester
as
City
well.
is not the bout. He's not the
That's
scope.
like me saying
That's
that
what I mean.
Ryan's my favorite streamer. Like it just don't sound right. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
Bro, you only
feeling
put- you put
conspiracy
one
right
past
now,
us.
and
Brighton
the
put
least you
5.
can do is sustain
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Because like I was saying, when I say there's deficiencies in the squad, our deficiencies are not only in midfield still, also offensively as well. Even with the Anthony addition, we're still light.
You didn't
And
even
I
have
understand
Martial
this.
up front, and I
Yeah,
think
we're still light.
Martial makes
Even
a
when
big
you throw
difference when he
Martial,
comes
you know,
in.
but even Martial
Yeah.
fit, we're still light in terms of squad.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're still
for sure.
light
You
in
needed
terms
a
of squad in that
striker.
area. But I can see Ten Hag's thought process and where he's trying to
Yeah.
go. And onwards and upwards. I'm with it. I'm saying I'm looking forward to the season.
It is your squad is fragile. I think
He's one of
we
us.
all know. We all know
Yeah, man.
Rafa
I'll
Varane is
enjoy
injury
the
prone.
season enough for the both of us, Lewis. Don't worry about it, man. I get you a ticket to
Yeah.
OT, man. It's cool.
You're
We'll
gonna
enjoy some
have
good
to,
football.
man.
I got you, man. 100%.
No, I'll roll round to Old Trafford with the Chelsea on April for our standard 1-1 draw.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Cool.
Right, Neil. Let's go through the Leicester game because, and I know there's a lot to talk about. 5-2 to Brighton. I'd even checked the scoreline until like 5 minutes before the show. I haven't been keeping track of the fixtures, but fucking hell, man! I knew it was bad for you guys under Brendan Rodgers, but it genuinely is getting worse by the week. And how long is it gonna last for you guys?
I'm hearing the board's having an emergency meeting tomorrow morning, and they're making a decision, and they're getting their list of four managers they want because fucking hell, that was embarrassing. Like defensively, all over the place. We got, I think, the only 2 shots on target we had. I think we only had 2 shots on target were both goals. And again, it was awful, genuinely. And
Did I miss my segment?
It's cool. We'll get back to you, fam.
I know we'll get back to Arsenal. Don't
Yeah, man.
worry.
We'll get to Arsenal, man. We'll get there, Cam. Don't worry
worry,
about
bro.
it. I got you, man.
Sorry, carry on now.
No, it's all good. So what it is, yeah, we again they had I think 11 shots on target. Oh, and also, do you want to? Okay, imagine in the this got me vexed right on a Friday night. What do you think Brendan Rodgers' objective? He said, what do you think his objective was?
40
Oh,
points.
Go and win, boys. Let's do it for the team.
No, he
He
said
said-
to get 40 points.
He
Don't
said
say
40
that.
points. Yeah, he said 40 points.
He said a man that gets 10 million a year, all he's capable of is getting 40. Fuck, I brought it up on Twitter on Twitter there to show you it as well. Put it there.
He did better than.
He literally said, "We're not going to lay out.
Liverpool.
Our objective is 40 points." However, he said, "Are we going to get relegated?" He goes, "We're not going to fight relegation, but our target is 40 points." Tell me how that makes sense.
That's what we used to do when we were up and down, up and down. You celebrated 40 points. That Leicester, like, yes, you're not like the best up there with the very best in the league, but from what Leicester have been doing, even under him, you've been going for top 4, top 6, at a push top 10. So I don't understand why you would say 40 points. But 40 points is like 16th, 17th.
Lewis, bring it up and I'll show you the squad at the moment. I can show people the squad. The squad's decent. I mean, the goalkeeper's short. It could be a bit weak. Daniel Iverson's a really up-and-coming keeper, but third keeper, second. Danny Ward have a meh today. But you look, James Justin's there. Seun Chu, Bertrand's whack. Johnny Evans, Daniel Amate is not very good. But again, we've got a new defender we've brought in. Timothy Castagna, Ricardo Pereira. We've got players there, especially in defence. Again, now with the season started, Tillemans is still here. Maddison's still here. KDH is still a baller. Pratt's still a baller. Soumare and Diddy. Yeah. We've got players. So it's not like he spent £223 million and he's still complaining, saying this squad ain't good enough. Bearing in mind, the game that in 2018 when he joined, a lot of these players were still part of this squad. Like, obviously, Patson Daka, Yuzi Perez weren't one of them. That's one of the signs he kind of messed up. A lot of these signs are already here. So he's just waffling, man. But in terms of the game, we were honestly, it's not just from my perspective, and I've been calling for his head for a while. I'm seeing journalists from the Daily Mail.
That goal was a banger.
We're saying them guys are going, get him out of our club. And I've never seen unanimously every single person, regardless of who you support in the media, all of them are saying get out. It's fucking honestly, it's awful. And the worst thing is, if Brighton were better, and as you guys know, they create a lot of chances, they just don't score very many. They still had 11 shots on target. We could have lost that game if it weren't for Danny Ward putting off a couple of great saves. Maddison should have gave away a penalty. That didn't go, for some reason, that didn't get VAR decision. I don't know if that'll be on Matches of Day 2. That should have been a penalty as well. And Diddy gave away a penalty. That it should have been at least 7. And it's one of those, where Liverpool had Stoke 6-1. It was one of those, but it was even worse. It's literally our defense. I can't tell you how bad Brendan Rodgers' approach is defensively.
I watched the game today. It wasn't as bad as the Stoke 6-1. We were 5-0 down at half time to Stoke. That's how bad that was.
Gerrard's last game.
5-0 down at half time.
Hold that.
At least it was 1-1 in the second half. Positives.
That's it, positive. Oh my god.
Man said it with a straight face as well, He actually said it with a straight face.
I'm mastering it.
Oh, how have you done
Nah, bro, you know what he said is what he dropped off now. Positives.
Even our goal, Gerrard's goal was only scored because the Stoke defender pulled up with a hamstring. Go and watch the goal.
Man, you're killing me, bro. I said, well, 1-1 at half time. Positive.
One step at a time, boys. 4 years after you won the Champions League.
Yeah, man. Progress.
Come on.
That's like what
Positive.
Flawless said about Klopp earlier on, what I messaged him.
Yeah, Klopp needs to get bad 5-0 too.
Yeah, 6-1.
Nah, I said
Klopp can hold that.
Oh yeah, 6-1.
No, man.
Don't worry, you guys are coming to the bridge in 2 weeks. We'll sort that out for you.
Hold that.
When did we ever
let's
beat
be
you?
real.
We didn't even beat you anytime last season, bro. It'll be a draw as it usually is.
True say, if you would have beat them, you would have won the league, innit?
Yeah, man.
Trust.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Hey, second place, man. Positives. You know what I'm saying?
Positive.
It'll just be a draw between Chelsea and Liverpool.
Where's he, Lewis?
What?
So I see what Lewis is
last
doing. I
season
said it
was
earlier,
good.
bro. I see what he's doing, bro.
What's happened?
I see what he's
What's going
doing
on with
slightly,
Chelsea?
you
What's going on
know.
with Christensen? Why are you bringing him up? I'll tell you a wallpaper if you want.
No, it was because what was it? We were talking about why Liverpool didn't win the league, and I was referring to a Liverpool-Chelsea game last season where they drew.
That wasn't even the second game. That was the first one.
They
Oh,
lost the
the
title
first
that
one.
early. It's all mad. It's all mad.
Oh, good.
But yeah,
But
Leicester
yeah,
are shit.
Neil, so what? Rogers gone by this week then.
I think Rogers is gone in the next 48 hours. I can't see because I think the next game is at home, and there was a
You
few.
got
There's
Villa
still
next.
a few. We got Villa.
Which,
Villa
to be
then
honest, is
Tottenham
the
or Tottenham
perfect
and
new
Villa.
manager bounce.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, man. They knew what they're doing, but it's just long. Honestly, I was just like, what the fuck? Like this game, honestly. Normally I'm quite level-headed. That one ruined me, and a lot of fans that I know were like, I don't know what to say. It's just because we've had capitulations before. We've bottled top four twice. This was different, and it's where Liverpool were when they lost. We've gone a level down, and it's like, for example, Castagna was dropped out of the squad. He's playing a young Luke Thomas, who's not. Again, he's good enough, but he needs a loan, and then he'll come back and he'll be decent. He's one of those players that just needs a run of games because he's only like 20. He dropped Castagna because Castagna went to the board and said, look, Rodgers is the team have fell out with Rodgers. So he goes, right, you're benched. He's fell out with Charles Sionchu saying he's not good enough, and he will never play, basically implying he'll never play for the squad under me again. We have people like Dennis Pratt who have come out and said, I can lame off. Dennis Pratt has come out and said, look, even though I didn't get my loan move that I wanted, I'm going to come fight for the squad. He's gone behind the back and said, he's gone and said, well, as long as you're here, you're not playing the game. So why are you here? He's one of our young talents, Callum Wright. He goes, I want to go back on loan. He goes, nah, make it permanent. Piss off. And so he's little things like this. And this is what I'm hearing. Literally, and everybody's went, why is he left on permanent? People go, because he scored a few goals and he was a top. He was kind of like our kind of equivalent, not quite, but in terms of a player that's coming up, it's like a Billy Gilmore. He's an up and coming talent for us. He was going to break into our squad. Now he's transferred over to Blackpool for free. And I'm just like, this, honestly, there's so many things he's messed up. Ryan Bertrand, again, I was explaining this time on Thursday. We had Cucurella ready to go. He went, no, I'll get Ryan Bertrand instead. We had the agreement set up. We had everything ready. And he said, no, I will.
You guys were going to get Cucurella.
We had Cucurella ready to go, signed, and all we needed him to do, agreed personal terms. We just needed to.
Criminal.
And do you know what our four wing backs would have, our four fullbacks? Timothy Castagna would have had James Justin, Ricardo Pereira, and then Cucurella. That would have been our four fullbacks. That would have been phenomenal. Like to have them four. And it honestly, it's so rough. And so I want him to go, and I just want him to piss off, man. Because he's just ruining our football club, and it's going to take us
Rodgers out, yeah.
To get this out.
He's ruining it, man.
He's ruining it, honestly, man.
Look
where we are. We're 1 point.
Ruining it, blood.
Honestly, it's fucking. Honestly, I've had it. Today I had somebody.
I would say you've had a hard run though, and this is just me like being a bit of a prick, but you have had a hard run so far this season.
But we've lost. We've drew to Brentford after being 2-0 up at home. We were 1-0 up against Southampton at home. We threw away a 1-goal lead. That's not acceptable. Brighton, we are good enough to go toe to toe with them, not lose 5-2. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Minimum, we should be going toe to toe and getting a draw out of that game.
Hey, that was a banging goal, though. I can't lie, bro.
It was, but they could have had a lot more.
Got robbed. I'm talking about it. Got
Got
robbed.
a good free kick in the end, though. It's got a good free kick.
I know the free kick was a banging goal, but that
very good goal. Yo, you man got to respect Graham Potter. You know, I've been saying Graham Potter for 8. I'm talking years.
What did Lewis say in the chat?
And you guys just called me deluded and what you talking about.
What did Lewis say in the chat?
I was spot on about Graham Potter, but you
Broken
guys got
clock
on to me,
is right twice a day, and you're once. Bless your little head. You've been wrong so many other times.
But nobody said Potter was a bad manager. Who said that?
Yeah, we all said he was good. You were just overrating him because you were saying you take him instead of Klopp.
You were talking about him like he's
Yes.
Champions League Graham Potter and that. It's like, yo, relax.
No, he's getting Brighton into the
Player.
Champions League by himself now. They're fourth
Okay,
or third in the league at the
you're
moment.
getting,
There we
getting
go.
Brighton into the Champions League. Look, typical.
There
I
we
know.
go.
I
There
said
we
Graham
go.
Potter was better than Brendan Rodgers a couple of years ago, and you guys had
Alright,
a
cool.
go at me.
Why? Who's coming out the top 4 to let Graham Potter in?
Yeah.
This guy,
Chelsea.
yo. I'm
Chelsea.
convinced this guy on drugs, man. You ought to start drug testing that Shameless.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
outrageous. Nah, not for smoke. For everything else. No, not for smoke. That's allowed in it. That's the only thing. He's on something else. Smoke don't do that.
Flawless had the nerve
Smoke don't do
once,
that.
yeah, when I was
Go on.
hyping up Graham Potter. This was like a couple of seasons ago.
So you
actually
kept this in your
consider
heart
Dean
for
Smith
over
was a
600
better
days.
manager
Go on,
than him.
carry on.
He kept this one for you, Flawless.
this
He
one
kept
in
this
it. He
one.
kept
He's
this one
kept
in his
this one
heart,
in a
man.
lockup
What
for
I
you,
say,
bro.
was the
what I
first
say
one
to you
hyping
really
up
burns
Graham
you in it,
Potter,
man. I'm
that
sorry
was
for breaking your heart, little bro. I apologize, man. 2
No, you're not
years, you
sorry
know.
though, are you? You're not sorry.
I know I couldn't give 28 shits. Hold that, Facio.
Don't say
Hold
sorry
that.
if you don't mean it, then, innit?
Yeah, don't say sorry if you don't mean
What's
it.
an
Shut the
R&B
fuck up,
song?
man.
Oh,
Sure, man.
An
Shut
R&B
the fuck up. Sure, man. Don't say sorry if you don't mean it. Shut
Flawless
up.
is
Yeah.
that. Flawless is that big brother. Yeah.
Brian McKnight in here. Jeez.
Like, man.
Right.
Cry me a river. Cry me a river, man.
Oh.
Flawless is Tupac as a big brother. That's what.
Shout
Like,
Graham Potter though. Shout Graham Potter.
But the thing is,
shout,
Brian,
man,
this is
go
what you do. You just read things on Twitter and think we say them.
on. This
You-
guy
I
just be
just
saying.
think you.
Look, he even got a response, man. He
even
ain't got a
deny it.
response. He even got a response.
Hey, you caught him at a standstill.
He even got
Nah,
a
it's
response.
just true. He just says, like last stream we went on, or the Thursday stream, he just went, "Oh, I've seen people talking about, was it Casemiro isn't the best DM in the league? Do one." And I said, with 5 of us sitting here, like, who said that? And
Yeah.
nobody said it. He just talks to himself, and it's like, is that a good idea? That's a
Yam-
great
Yam
idea, right? They
thinks
got
You know what it is?
schizophrenia,
You know
bro.
what
You
it
should
is,
do
Ryan?
it yourself.
Ryan, no, Ryan's got a couple burner accounts, and then he tweets it and then
Oh,
argues
yeah.
with himself with his
And
with
then
his normal
deletes
I
all
don't
the
have
Twitter
any
tweets.
burner accounts.
It might as
Unless
well,
your
man. You
burner
might as well
accounts,
ask him.
man. You know, I already know, bro.
Anyway,
Smart says it
Graham
all.
Potter. Graham Potter, Ryan, what are you saying? So where does he come in the league in terms of managers?
It's better than Arteta for sure.
So where does he
Better
come
than
in terms
Klopp.
of managers for you? Like number 1 to 10, because I know he's in your top 10.
He's top 10 for sure.
Is he better than
Who else?
domestic?
Let me just see these managers in the league. Let me just.
Yeah.
go on my
You
phone.
go check before you start. You know what I'm saying? Have a think.
Let's
before
go
you
through
start
them.
talking,
Standards
giving
that
opinions.
high, probably
Yeah,
is
don't think too hard in that.
I
you know what
think
I'm
he's on the
saying?
same level as like an Eddie Howe.
I think he's better. No, I rate Eddie Howe as well, but I get what you mean. I think he's just better than Eddie Howe, though, in my opinion. That's just me, innit? I think he's like. I think it's close, but I think he's better than Eddie Howe.
My phone
Better than
is staying
Arteta.
on grace.
Who else? All these managers are like the Jesse March. I like Jesse March as well, but he ain't on that level.
Is he better than Klopp?
Wait, he's not better than Jesse March, did you?
No,
just
he
say?
is better than Jesse
Oh,
March.
right, I was
I said
about
I
to
like
say.
Jesse March, but Jesse
Yeah,
March
like
ain't on
hype,
that
like hype.
level.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, like hype. Yeah, well done.
I
I'm
like
stuck
Hassan
in the
Bashir as well,
question.
but
Is he
yeah.
better than Klopp?
No, he's not better than Klopp. He's not better than Klopp.
No.
That was going to be a clip.
I wouldn't
innit,
mind
Lewis?
taking him after
You're
Klopp
waiting to
leaves,
clip
though.
that. Yeah,
waiting
I
for
see
that.
you, bro. I'll think about the content as
I
well.
would say Graham Potter is 6th best manager in the 6th or 7th. You got to put David Moyes up there as well for what he's doing. with
Moyes
West
is
Ham.
better than him.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at the moment, but I do think Graham Potter has a higher ceiling than David Moyes for me.
Yeah, but
That's just me.
Moyes
But I
has
say at
done
the
more
moment, you
with
have to-
less money.
Yeah. No, I do have to admit I have got to really respect David Moyes for what he's doing with West Ham as well. But like, I do feel like Graham Potter has a higher ceiling than him.
Read the comment. Read the comment.
Yeah, what's happened? What's broke Neil
No.
like that?
Ryan is that type of guy who thinks chocolate milk is produced from brown cows.
That is facts. Hey, Frosted Myth, you are
Where did he get-
spitting.
Where did he
You
get that
are
impression? What's that?
spitting.
Right.
Where
Big
did you
up
get that
Frosted Myth,
impression?
my
You are
guy.
Frosted
So
Myth.
good.
This is the best super chat I've ever
Man
seen in my
said,
entire
yeah.
life.
Oh, right.
This is A1, man. This is A1.
You got a cat
That
back,
is
bro.
mad.
dying. Oh, that's so
Frosted
funny.
Myth, my guy as always. Big up yourself, bro. Hope you're doing well.
that.
So Ryan, do you think chocolate milk is produced from brown cows?
No, obviously not.
Yeah.
He thinks it's yellow.
He only knows that because pink cows don't exist.
It's what kind of chocolate? It's a white chocolate. It's a white cow.
I caught that comment.
I don't really like chocolate milk
Yeah, you
as well,
can't
to be
hear
honest.
Oh, I don't
Nobody
like
else
Personally
think
think it's
chocolate.
yellow
These
cow.
weirdos.
Bad.
How the hell you don't like chocolate milk?
Nah,
Weirdos.
vanilla.
Weirdos.
Don't really,
weirdos.
I just like normal milk, bro.
Banana.
Liverpool fan, City
Normal
fan, weirdos, strange human
Banana
beings.
milk.
Listen, yeah.
Listen, you
Sure.
sure, man? You sure? Listen, yeah, sure,
Chocolate
man.
milk is
Shut the
is
fuck
not
up,
it.
man.
Who said banana milk?
I like
Nick,
Cravendale
like
milk.
that. It's
I'll be
alright.
honest with you. Cravendale milk, you know, fully filtered and that.
Well, you, I bet you're a red top.
I'm
You're a
going
red.
to
Yeah,
oat
Ryan,
milk.
you're definitely a red top milk guy, innit?
Yeah.
I'm not a red top. I'm a blue top all day, every
No,
day.
Ryan's
UHT,
definitely red
bruv.
top.
Full
Ryan's-
No, no,
Ryan's
no.
red
Full
top.
Flawless. UHT milk.
You know
Red
I'm saying?
what? Flawless.
Milk.
UHT
What
milk.
type? Are you red, blue, or
Yeah.
green? The milk that you
Come
get.
on.
So what, you don't have milk?
Nah, he
I
probably
don't
gets
really get milk
Alpro.
a lot. Oh, green,
Nah, he's
green.
powdered,
Steady
bro.
I'm
Yeah,
green.
it's
He's
powdered
soya.
milk.
He's soya milk.
Green.
Powdered
Steady
milk,
skin.
bruv.
Powdered milk.
I said
Powdered
powdered.
milk.
Oh my days.
Yes, there is some Nesquik. You know what
Nah,
I'm
but
saying?
bro,
Some
once
shit.
you store it in
Yeah,
water, you
flawless
can't
and
tell the
green, bro.
difference.
Oh, green.
Condensed
Yeah.
milk.
Green,
But
yeah.
that's
Oh, I like
Green.
condensed milk. Condensed milk is sweet.
That's
Nah,
how
talk about
excited the
the
Premier League is, people
ultra-
that we're here talking about milk.
Talking about
You know what I'm
milk,
saying?
bruv.
That's how
I started
excited,
talking about
how
Leicester.
excited the Premier League is, yo. It is.
Everyone's saying green top all
It's like
day,
when
though.
Chelsea fans watch their
nah.
team,
Anyone
isn't
that's
it?
getting green top, you don't know
Milk,
what I
milk,
go on,
milk,
fam.
milk,
If you don't
nice.
go full fat, then there's no point even drinking it.
The CBD milk. I didn't even know
What?
that's a thing. CBD.
Man
Bro,
says
they put
CBD.
CBD
Do you know what it is?
everything
I would
now.
not be
Makes
shocked if there was
THC
one. But
milk.
anyway, let's move on because, like Flawless said, it's this
Yeah,
Premier
yeah,
League's
let's-
that exciting. We're here talking about milk.
Cam, we'll go to you. You wanted to talk about Arsenal, bro. Obviously, you had the unfortunate loss at Old Trafford earlier today. From your side, what went wrong, bro? What happened?
Bro, what went wrong? What went wrong? Tell me what went right, bro.
You scored a
That's
goal.
like-
Man played all right, man. You man played all right.
Yeah, positives,
he
Cam.
scored a
Positives.
goal. Yay,
positives there, man.
Saka,
You know what,
FPL and that. Yay.
You didn't play bad, in all seriousness. You played
Yeah.
better
Do you
than
know
what
what
we
it is,
did when
though?
we
I
went to
said
next
it, bro.
week.
I've been saying it. Listen. I've been saying it, yeah. First and foremost, before I talk about this game, let me talk about that dumbass transfer window we had, and everyone's saying, "Oh, but it's all right. We got 5 players." Blah, blah, blah. But listen, I said it from like February time. If we're gonna go in for any players, the first thing we need is a CDM and a right back. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. And then I said we need about another 5 players on top of that, including the striker and that. And then obviously we got the Jesus, Zinchenko, blah, 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 blah. But I still wanted that CDM because I already knew with this dickhead number 5 and his injury-prone history and El Neni. I'm more shocked that El Neni actually dropped quicker than what he did. I thought it would last a couple games before he dropped, but obviously I was wrong. So we've had to bring in Lokonga for Manchester United because he had one decent game against Fulham FC. No disrespect to Fulham, but because he had one decent game against a team that's just come up from the Premier
Fulham
League.
doing all right.
Sorry,
man.
Villa. Sorry, Aston Villa. Sorry, take that back. Aston Villa. Sorry, I
Oh,
just
wow.
realised it was Villa we just had. I thought it was Fulham we just had. My bad.
Villa just drew to City.
I got the games mixed up. That's right.
But
Sorry.
Villa
So
won.
because he had one good game against Villa, which fair enough. One decent game against Villa, should I say? Bro, I knew he was gonna get overrun in that midfield. You could not have Lokonga as a 6, yeah, and have Xhaka as a pivot and Odegaard. That's like Flawless said, that was never gonna go to Old Trafford and get anything. If Bab, and I hate to say it as much as I don't want him at my club, even if number 5 was in that squad, the most we're getting, I reckon, is a draw. Because we would have still made the same dumbass mistakes that we made.
So here's the thing, though. Now this Arsenal side's had its first setback of the season. Do you think it could be an even tougher run against you guys, or do you expect a better bounce back? Because now the Europa League football's coming in as well.
Bro, this is what I'm saying, man. Now it's exactly what you're about. The Europa League football's coming in it, yeah. And the one thing that, like, I wasn't pissed off. I was more, when I was angry, I was more angry at myself because I just really wanted me to be proven wrong. That was it. Because I'm just tired. I said it on stream to Flawless like maybe last week. I'm just tired of losing, bro. I'm tired of this.
No,
I'm tired of. Huh?
You won 5 in 5, though.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean by the end of the
just in
season, I'm
general.
tired. I'm tired of the
Yeah.
constant failure, bruv. I'm just tired of failing. That's what it is. I'm just tired of my club failing. Yeah, it's been 20 years since I've seen my team, bruv. I was 10 years old when I saw the last time I saw my fucking team lift the Premier League. I was 10. Like, man, I didn't even hit puberty yet the last time I saw my team lift a Premier League.
I have hold that.
I was in
Hold
year
that,
two when
bro.
Arsenal won the
Cool.
Premier League.
That's on you, bro. That's
know
you're about to get relegated. You can hold that
Sure,
respectfully,
man.
but
No one asked you
No,
anything.
no,
Sure.
100%. That's what I've got.
Sure.
no, but you say no, I get it, but this is what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, yeah, I'm just tired of my club being a failure, season in, season out. And I said it before. Look, I said it from the start of the season. I said it every other game that we won. I said I don't care. We can win these games if we go to Old Trafford and don't at least get a draw. At least a draw. Tell me where the fuck the improvements come.
Can I say one thing as well? Also, it's kind of not a Cam as much, but more for like even Babs to a certain extent. Babs was one of the guys at the ground protesting the Kroenkes, and now we fast forward to what, 2 years later, all high and dandy. Now they're all doing well, and Babs was one of the people coming after Flawless for the fact that Manchester United fans were doing exactly the same thing. And I'm like, bruv, now everything's fine on your end. Now you forget. I was like, if that was me, I'd still want my owners out. You don't see any of that now. They've just spent a little bit of money more. Well, they spent quite a bit of money, but still, I'm looking at it going, your morals are just regardless of what. And the same thing that happened to Man United when they signed Ronaldo. It's basically the same situation that's happened there. The owners need to go. And I don't know why I'm the one talking about it. It should be Arsenal fans still talking about it, going, look how far we were and look how far we've dropped. And still,
you know what it is, yeah. I could sit here every single stream and shout Kroenkes out. I could shout Farteta out. I could shout Edu out. But I can't be asked wasting my voice on it no more. That's the truth of it. Because I already know. It's like exactly what you're saying. It's mediocre bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just this. Both it goes with Man United and Arsenal. Look, we want our owners gone, but then we still buy all the shirts and all the merch, and then we still go to all the games and buy all the hot dogs and burgers and Coca-Cola and milkshakes or whatever the fuck it sells. So they still make their money regardless of how much you hate them, and they can hear you saying, "Oh, Days is out, oh, Kroenkes out." They're laughing at you because, all right, you hate me that much, but you just spent how much? Just in today? How much have you spent on me? Do you know what I mean? So, but there's no point, at the end of the day, there's no point screaming it no more because we already know where it is. Well, fans like me already know where it is at. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Lewis,
you got fans like no disrespect to any Arsenal fan like that, but you got fans like Fab who are too young. Do you know what I mean? Like they but I don't care if you're under the age, I'm sorry, if you wasn't born by the age, if you wasn't born,
embarrassing performance.
Listen, if you wasn't born, what I'm gonna say is, if you're an Arsenal fan and you was born after 2000, don't sit there and tell me, you was there celebrating Arsenal's Premier League win at the age of fucking 3 and 4 years old. I'm sorry. Don't sit there and tell me you remember the likes of Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp. You don't remember shit, bruv. I don't know what the fuck I was doing at 3 and 4. Don't tell me at the ages of 3 and 4 that, oh yeah, the reason why, like, it's with these players as well. They're pissing me off as well. These new, oh yeah, I'm here because I used to watch Thierry Henry. No, you didn't, bruv. You was like 2 years old, bruv. You didn't even know what fucking football was. This is what I'm saying. I'm more pissed off at the fans than I am my own club, bruv. Because these fans are just mediocre fans, that piss me off. That all they want to do is celebrate with, and then look what happens when it all goes backwards for them. They do the oh, why always me? Oh, why always Arsenal? Oh, I can't be asked for it no more. Bruv, I can't be asked for this mediocre bullshit fan base anymore, bruv. This is what's killing Arsenal Football Club. This fan base alone is 50% of the reason why we're so shit, and and most of the reason why we get bantered on a weekly fucking basis for the last 10 fucking years. Because they want to hold that invincible trophy. What the fuck is wrong with you? After 2008, after 4 years of not winning a fucking major trophy, don't be holding no trophy like that. You have no rights to be saying, "Oh, we're the invincible still." Huh? No, you're not. No, that was 4 years ago. It's been 20 years nearly, and you're still trying to hold that over. Like, bruv, we can't even hold that anymore. We're talking about two complete different generation and eras, and I'm still seeing these younger Arsenal fans, even older Arsenal fans, hold this up. The team has gone invincible and blah blah blah. Yeah, so fucking what? I was happy when it happened. I'm still happy that we are the only team. Yeah, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one to be like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, invincibles." In 2022, when it happened in 2004.
Yeah, that was like 2004 BC, but go on,
A
Gary.
long time ago.
And you haven't won a
Bro,
Champions
that
League,
was,
so-
but we're talking BC before Christ, bro. Not before Corona. That's how long it's been, bro. And this is where I'm at. And then you got fans now this year saying, "Oh, but it's different. It's that. Oh, we've seen all or nothing. You can see it. Ra-ta-ta-ta." Tell me what genius, yeah, loses and I'm not even using this as an excuse. Oh, he's inexperienced, but he's been 3 years in the job now. After 3 years, you're not inexperienced no more. I don't care how old you are. After 3 years in a relationship, you're not in an experienced relationship.
But it might be your first one, so you're still new to relationship.
No. It doesn't matter, bro. 3 years, 1 or 2, yeah. After 3 years, bro.
How much money is he
3
spent?
years, but you can't, but I'm not being funny, yeah. But if you don't know what to do with this club after 3 years, especially when it comes to the important games, I'm sorry, you're not it. You're not it. You're just not it. Man, listen, he's been here 3 years. Ten Hag has been here 6 fucking games, and he tactically de-escalated Arteta to a T, bro.
He did. Yep.
And he set the
To a
blueprint for the
T.
people to do it.
And you're trying to tell me City and trust this 3-year bullshit process when man like Ten Hag come in and just completely wipe that out in 6 games. 6 games. 3 years, 6 games.
How much money has he spent in that time? Arteta?
Bro, nearly half a bill, bro.
Mil. Over half a mil.
In 3 years, that's mad.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And you're still trying to tell me this. Nah, I'm done with that. Like I said, I'm Farteta and vibes, innit? So I'm just gonna laugh. I'm gonna be with you lot laughing at these Arsenal fans. I don't care anymore. I don't care. You can call me whatever you want to call me. I don't give a fuck. It's not being negative. Stop using that as a bullshit excuse. It's not negative. It's just being realistic.
Do you know what I think though? I think a lot of people, like, if anyone complains about anything, other people say, "Oh, it's worse for whatever team." But it's like there's always going to be a team who have bigger issues than you. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've got 5 injuries to your first team, just because another team have 7 doesn't mean you can't have an issue with you having 5 injuries. You know what I mean? Like, because someone was saying the other day, every time City drop points, people like overreact, obviously, because it's like, you know, that they're not happy that we've dropped points. And then other people will say, "Oh, you can't be annoyed that we dropped points because, you know, we've won the league last year." And it's like, you can still be annoyed. It doesn't matter that, you know, we're a great team. We know that, but you can still be annoyed after a loss. So I think this idea that you can't complain because other people have it worse.
And I know I'm complaining after 1 loss. No, it's not complaining after 1 loss. Because if you're one of them that's living in this Arteta fantasy world, yeah, you're the ones that's living in a fucking bubble that when it pops, I'm going to be there laughing. I'm going to be there laughing. Because at the end of the day, if we can't beat a weak Manchester United, let's be real, this has been one of the weakest. I don't care about the players. this has been one of the most weakest Man United team in recent years. If we can't go there with this 3-year plan in his third year and go at least pick up a point, let alone a fucking 3 point, at least get a point from Old Trafford and prove something to every other fan base and everyone else out. You know what? Maybe we might be wrong about Arsenal. Until you can do that, don't sit there and tell me, oh, it's only one game, because it's gonna be the whole of October. Yeah, we might get a draw or win against one of the teams, maybe like Chelsea. Who cares? But at the end of the day, that's not gonna cover up the fact that we're still gonna take more L's against the big 6 teams. Then we're gonna pick up draws or wins.
To be fair,
and if we can't pick up more wins than we're picking up draws or fucking losses, I'm sorry, there's no improvement. There is no improvement, and this 3-year process has just been a bullshit process.
And the thing is, the way you're competing, you're looking at the likes of who you're going to be overtaken by in the next couple of years. It will be, for example, Newcastle. They're on the absolute up. So it's your last chance to get a major European trophy, because you're seeing how far, for example, Man City are, and you're looking at Newcastle are going to overtake them. And then obviously Chelsea with the new owners, we're not sure what they're going to do, but their plans to spend even more than you guys. So there are people around your position that are looking to go to that top level. And again, the ambition at the board is not to win the league at the moment. It's to get top 4. For Arsenal.
Is it even to get top 4 at this point? Because last season it wasn't even a target.
Arsenal overachieved last season in a way. I don't think anyone had to finish to be.
No, they had 1 game a week.
That's true. That is true.
The likes of Jan back.
All I'm gonna say is, Arteta is gonna get exposed when I'm telling you right now. Yeah, when this European Cup comes up, and we got in the first half of the year, we've got every week either a European Cup or a Carabao Cup competition, depending if we win and going on to the next round. This guy's going to get found out so badly. Badly.
What I will say is that, I mean, yeah, you did lose today, but we also did lose to them a couple of weeks ago, and you actually played better than us than what we did that day, to be fair. But like,
yeah, but all right, you're talking about a team that's competed for a Premier League to a team that's supposed to be challenging for about top 4 and a new and upcoming team. Like, bruv, you'll come back. This is the thing. You'll come back.
I do think we'll get our form back at some point.
We'll our form is a run of 5-6 games and then we drop.
Yeah, that's true.
That's our form.
But to be fair, though, I think, because me and Ryan were having this conversation earlier, I think apart from like City and Liverpool, that's what we haven't seen. Even like Chelsea, we haven't seen them go on like a 5, even like a 10, 11, 12 game winning streak.
I say minimum 9 game winning run is what Liverpool City go
something like that. We haven't seen it, even from Chelsea. And I think Chelsea are in a better position than Arsenal or United have been. So I think that's what, if you're going for the title, to get that step up from top 4 to the title, that's probably what you need.
Win a title now. It's at that point where even draws feel like a losses. That's how bad it is. Like, draws feel like losses. That's like
they do.
City and Liverpool have kind of set over the last few years in terms of consistency in the league. So I do think it was too much for like Tottenham fans in particular, Chelsea fans, and some Arsenal fans saying they challenge for a title this season. That was too far. Like, you're talking winning at least 9 games in a row at some point in the season. Like, that's such a hard thing to do, man.
I'm telling you right now as well, that Gabriel's getting on my fucking nerves as well.
He was awful, bro.
Which one? Jesus is your guy, man. What do you mean?
No. The centre back.
Gabriel, no. Number 6, not number 9.
Hey, that was good.
Not number 9, not Mr. Starboy number 9, yeah? Mr. Number 6, bro. That guy is suspect, bro.
Hey, if you flip a 6, though, what does it look like? If you flip it upside down?
Nah, don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry about that, innit? Nah, don't worry about my Starboy and that, yeah? This guy, bro. I see you, bro.
Even after today, you can't slander JC.
No, but listen, the last 4 games, he's been so suspect. I keep saying it, bro. This guy's moving suspect.
Yeah, facts. I agree, man.
And people are saying, do you know what's so funny about, was it the second or third goal? Everyone's like getting onto Saliba. Why is Saliba jogging back? I'm like, hold on. You lot are getting onto Saliba. Did you see how far back my man was? Man wasn't even jogging. Man was basically walking, bruv. And you're trying to get onto Saliba. Get out of here, bruv. Gabriel is suspect, bro. That guy needs to be dropped ASAP, bro. But the problem is Ben White ain't nothing special as well, bruv.
Shout out to Saeed and Babs for doing that lab Bible thing. That's a big step for them.
That's a big step though. Yeah,
I didn't watch the whole thing, but yeah, big up to both of them. Big moves, you know. I'm happy for them, man.
Yeah,
100%.
Like, do you know what it is? Yeah, people say a lot. Yeah, this guy don't know what he's talking. I get this a lot. Yeah, and then when it comes true by the end of the season, yeah, I'm the one that's like, well, who's the dickheads now? It's like. And that's how I'm going to act like now, because I don't care. At the end of the day, people will say, oh, he's waffling, this and that. I don't care, bro. If I'm waffling, the last 10, 15 years that I've been waffling has been the biggest truth of waffle. But you don't want to accept it because you want to live in this fantasy world. You probably, most of you probably think Iron Man's real, bro. And Thor's gonna drop out the sky, and Batman and Bruce Wayne are gonna roll up to your door and say, "Do you wanna join DC?"
They are real, man. Don't do that. This is serious business. But go on, carry on.
Yeah, you think they're real? Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Hey, don't do that, fam.
Yeah. Oh, what, Mr. Marvel? Yeah. You think what?
Yes, they are real.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah. You think one day Superman's gonna fly past? Yeah.
Leave Marvel out of this eye. We talking football here.
What you think one day Thor's gonna drop from the sky? Yeah. As much as I would love to see Thor, yeah. You think he's got a hammer that you can throw? Yeah.
This ain't nothing to do, no, because I'm not worthy. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. I'm not from Asgard.
I'm not worthy.
To you in it. You know what I'm saying? And that,
But anyway, but like I'm saying, bro, like at the end of the day, like I've always said it, prove me wrong. Show me something and prove me wrong. Because at the end of the day, I was saying it under the Wenger reign. I hate saying it. I will repeat myself to the day I fucking die, bro. Yeah, but I will say it again. When we lost that Champions League final, we needed to get rid of Wenger. Every season we kept Wenger was a season backwards for us. Meaning we will have to spend an extra season repairing it. No one wanted to listen. Everyone was saying, "What are you talking about? Look at these players. Look at that player." And you know what it is? The defense came to, yeah, but look at the players he got into top 4. All right, cool. Do you know what it is? I'm not questioning his managerial shit. What I'm questioning is we needed to get rid of him regardless. And then we kept him for an extra 12 years after that. And then we bring in the likes of Emery. And then after Emery, who'd you bring in? A manager who's never managed a team before. We're so far back. No Arsenal fan really wants to realize we are so far back. Yeah. This process is another good 3-4 years before we actually start seeing any glimpse of lights. Of actually being, oh yeah, now we're becoming a good team.
Some guy told me Arsenal were finishing third a few weeks ago.
Who was that?
Babs.
It's one of my mates. One of my mates from.
Nah, name and shame, but I don't care anymore, bro. It's all love, yeah. It's not like it's a war thing. It's not like that. But name and shame, bro. No. When it comes to these Arsenal fans now, just name and shame them, bro. I don't care anymore.
Quite a few. There's quite a few. This is why I'm very surprised with your response. Because I don't hear this a lot. Most of guys tell me they're fine, they're guaranteed top.
But I've had, do you know what it is though? I've had this fucking in me for the like I said, every season, bro. There was a time after 2011, 2012, I actually just stopped watching for a bit. I didn't actually watch football at all for about 3 years.
Was that when
I was that bored of it? And then the result will come up. If we win, I'm like, hey, we won, woohoo! If we lost, I'm like, well, I'm not shocked. If I see we lost to the likes of Stoke, I'll then just laugh. I'll be like, what the fuck? We lost to Stoke. Bro, it was, bro. And then when but I always said it, and you know the day it was 420, bro. It was my day. 4/20/2018 is the day I woke up. Yeah, before I even rolled my first thing, I woke up and all I did was put on the TV because I went to sleep with it with Sky Sports News. I put on the TV and it said breaking news: Wenger is resigning at the end of the season. I celebrated that shit like we've just won the quadruple. And that ain't even a joke. I celebrated. If I reactivate my other Instagram account, yeah, you could go back to and I'll say it again, 4/20. You know what day that is. I don't have to be correctional about that. Everyone knows what 4/20 is, yeah. I don't care if you smoke or not. Everyone knows the day 4/20. You'll go on Instagram and you'll see my reaction. If I reactivate that account, you'll see that. I think I got the video in my phone anyway, but you'll see that reaction. And then when we got in Emery, I said it straight away. I said, now we're gonna now this ain't gonna work. And it didn't work. People were like, oh, give him this, give him time. No, it didn't work. Arteta came in. I tried to give him time. It doesn't work. And it's still not working. But apparently, I'm just waffling. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Apparently. But every time when I say we're gonna fail by when we're gonna collapse by end of January, February time, apparently I'm just chatting shit. But then when it happens, so that's all I got to say about that, bro. I can't be asked to defend no Arsenal fan no more. I don't care about that no more. Today proved it to me that we ain't done shit to improve.
Through it. That's the maddest thing.
Yeah.
No, I was saying you're this pissed off, but like you're probably not even halfway through everything you want to say on the whole topic and everything.
Bro, listen, I could be. Listen, my battery's gonna die, so I need to quickly go put down a charge. Shit, I'm on 3% and that. But
so many goals you
I could be. Nah, do you know what it is? I could literally sit here for fucking 2.5, 3 hours, bro, just to tell everyone these problems about Arsenal, and then maybe these Arsenal fans might be like, do you know what? He's been right all along.
No, but they'll have to feel.
And I do know what it is. I don't want to be right. Because I hate being right. Because when I'm right, my team doesn't win.
I don't mind you being right in that.
Yeah, I want you to be right.
You don't mind me being right. Yeah, of course.
I just want you to be happy, fam. I want you to be right. You know what I'm saying?
You want me to be happy, fam. I might as well just go support a new sport, bro.
Oh, yeah, seriously. Go support Barnet, fam.
My guy, trust me.
Support Barnet, fam.
Quality of life will increase.
I am, bro. That's why. Why do you feel I got my Barnet top,
you
bro?
Barnet out here. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
go. Ryan, that's what you need to do. Go support
Barnet, fam. You already know, bro. At the end of the day, yeah, man's out here. I'm going to show more love and compassion for Barnet than I am Arsenal this season. Watch.
Let's go.
I'm going to get more pissed off if Barnet lose like we did yesterday, 3-1 to Aldershot. I was more pissed off about that than I am today. Because that was our first L of the season as well. Bastards.
Right, let's switch the topic off Arsenal. Because I feel like the comment section wants us to make a move from here as well. Ryan, you guys... Drew to Everton.
You have to go to me like that's some
bro.
Who else is there to go to?
I know.
We'll go
I'm in it.
No, we don't care.
No, can we go? Can we go?
Yeah, no one cares about City, innit? All right, fine.
No. We don't care about that. Let's go the Merseyside derby, man. You know what I'm saying?
Everton
Everton 0, Liverpool 0.
Frankie Lampard getting a draw against Liverpool.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Steven Gerrard got a point against Pep the other day.
Answer the goddamn question. Thoughts on the Merseyside derby?
Last season, you might have won the league.
Thoughts on the Merseyside derby that happened? Everton, Liverpool. Answer the question. Thoughts. You got so much to say all the time. Let's hear your thoughts on this.
I had a question for Cam about Arsenal.
Yo, we do not
care. Let go quickly. All right. But Ryan, after you ask me this question, yeah, you have to answer Flawless's question.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. All
right, so quickly answer it. Go on.
How did you know that Wenger should have been sacked after 2006? Did you actually want him gone at that time after the final?
Yeah.
That just seems a bit like crazy because like he just got
because I already said it. Yeah, no one. I'll quickly say it now. With it, what no one realizes about that season, yeah, and it started a chain reaction from every season after that. Yeah. What no one realized about that season. Yeah, because we got to the final, it overshadows the fact that Do you know how close we were to losing out on top 4 that year? But no one wants to talk about it.
I've seen it.
And I'll say it again. If it wasn't for
We're not
Lasagna Gate,
skipping the Liverpool part, by the way. So we'll go through this and we'll go.
yeah. If it wasn't for Lasagna Gate, we would have dropped out of top 4 that year.
Oh yeah, big facts.
And then every year after that was a common theme going on every season. The only other season I thought that we might have had a chance was 2008, before that Eduardo injury.
Yeah.
And then when that Eduardo injury happened, boom! I don't know what it did. It didn't just knock the confidence out of Eduardo. Fair enough, but for some reason, just completely annihilated the confidence in the whole squad. And then that started a new chain reaction of us being injured from the end of January, start of February times, year in, year out, year in, year out. So we would capitulate every year in that moment, and whatever intentions we was in, whether it was Premier League or not, we would be done by March. You wouldn't be talking about Arsenal as title challengers anymore. So in the space of 3-4 weeks, we was title challengers to, forget about them. And that was a common theme.
Right.
And it still is a common theme, but it's got worse.
Yeah.
We can't even get top 4 anymore, bro.
Cam, we're not, before we go into Arsenal for 20 more minutes. Ryan, you're not escaping this shit. What happened?
No. That's all I've got to say about that's me answering his question, innit? That's why, because I knew it was gonna happen.
Trying to escape this shit.
The floor is yours. The floor is yours. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Oh,
escape.
I was gonna talk about
but what?
Yeah. Whoa. You're gonna ask him about what?
Speak up, bro.
Speak up, man. Put some bass in your voice. You're doing the storms.
Exactly, bro.
Even, but you know the thing is what? You know what I'm saying? Merseyside derby, fam. Your fault.
Over here. That's all, folks.
My thoughts on the Merseyside derby then.
Yes, the Merseyside derby that happened, the most recent one. Yes, at Goodison Park, Everton 0, Manchester United, Liverpool 0.
A very weird game. I thought I don't know if you guys watched it. It was a weird game. I thought the starting 11 comes out. I was very happy with it actually. With the Carvalho early, I can't lie. I was just happy not to see Milner in the midfield. I'll be honest with you. Darwin came back in. So
it's Darwin now. You know him, yeah. First name basis and that.
He's got it. That's his name at the back of the shirt, isn't it? Nunes, Darwin, whatever.
Yeah. Because we call every player by the name on the back of their shirt. But go on, carry on.
Are you going to allow me to speak? You want me to speak?
Oh, now you want to talk. Now you got base. Now you got energy. Where was this energy in Liverpool's midfield against Everton? But never mind. Go on, carry on.
The midfield didn't really work. I think, like I said earlier on the show, I think Elliott's been very good recently, to be fair, but he didn't have a great game yesterday. And like I said, you can't really be relying on a 19-year-old consistently week in, week out to be performing at a high level. Carvalho wasn't great first half. We couldn't really get him in the game. And we just couldn't get any control in the first half, to be honest. We had a couple of chances. Nunes hit the bar. He had a header, but just up that he should have scored probably as well. Diaz hit the post, but they had a couple of really good chances as well. They hit the post when they should have scored as well. Mistake from Gomez, but he had a good game, to be fair, even though I'd still rather see Matip at the back instead of him, to be honest. But second half, obviously Carvalho went off with an injury at half time from a tackle in the first half. He brought Firmino on. It was a good change, very good change, to be fair, at the time. He changed the formation to a 4-2-3-1, put Firmino in the 10 behind Nunes, and it worked really well. Like the first 15 minutes of the second half, I'd say, apart from like the Bournemouth game this season, I'd say that was the best period of football we played this season. That we were all over them, had full control, creating chances. We just couldn't finish, but we were fully dominating them. And then Klopp, for some weird reason, decided to make 2 weird substitutions, really weird substitutions, taking Trent off, which I wouldn't have taken Trent off, but he wasn't playing well, so I understand why Klopp took him off. But you do not bring on James Milner at right back.
Was he not injured?
No, he was fine. He was fine.
Was he fine? Okay,
I think he was anyway. I haven't heard anything about an injury.
Fair enough.
He seemed okay. It's like if you are going to take Trent off, you put Matip on and you put Joe Gomez out to right back. You do not bring on James Milner at right back. As soon as he brought also took Tsimikas off, which was weird because Tsimikas was playing really well at that point. He brought Robertson on. I don't get why I don't get why he did that. But as soon as that happened, we just lost full control of the game. Like Everton were just targeting James Milner every single time. They knew that was the weak spot because Trent weren't even doing bad defensively. It was just on the ball. He was sloppy. But they got at Milner. Anthony Gordon was getting at Milner all the time down that side. And it became a really end-to-end game at that time. Both teams had chances. Both goalkeepers were brilliant. Alisson with 2 great saves. Pickford with about 20 great saves. Like, it was crazy. We should have won. I'll be honest, we should have won, but we missed a lot of chances. But yeah, I mean, we're not playing well at the moment. Klopp's subs, I think I have to blame him for yesterday. Those subs weren't it, man. He got it wrong with that. I think if he wouldn't have brought Milner on at right back, we would have won that game, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, we're not playing well this season. It's been a terrible start to the season. I do think there's been quite a few reasons for that. I think injuries has played a big part, especially in the midfield. That's where our biggest problem has been this season. What is good is we are getting players back. I think the injuries and this tiredness in players, because like I said, I think I was talking to Jan about this as well. We almost won a quad last season. We played every single game you can in a season, intense games. Like I'm not surprised.
Neil.
Yeah,
In a bit. I'm off for the next literally the next month or so now, guys. So all the best. I'll see you guys literally in
You're
October.
going on holiday, innit?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Oh,
man.
shit.
We'll miss you,
Yeah,
man.
I'll
Enjoy
try
your
and tune in
holiday,
when I
bro.
can, but I won't be watching the football and that. But I'm on the other
Alright,
side
man.
of the world. So
Hopefully Rogers
Enjoy,
is
man.
gone by the time you come
Mad,
back.
a month holiday,
Wallahi,
bro.
man.
Bring me back a
Wallahi, he's
souvenir,
gone
bro.
by 24 hours. Bro, meet me and then I'll give you a souvenir. Let's go. Cool, man. All right, guys, in a bit.
Alright,
Yeah,
enjoy your
I'll
holiday.
meet you, bro. Just let me know when you're back,
Take
innit?
care.
Cool. Sounds good, man. See you in a bit.
Right, well,
Hey,
that's him gone.
Do you know
He's
what?
gone
Do you know
like
what,
Liverpool's
Ryan?
power.
I feel your pain, you know,
Oh, man.
because I'm not like. Do you know what it is? Yeah. Well, I don't feel your pain because I've not felt that since I was 8 years old. But I, in a way, I understand what you're saying, innit? But all I can say is, yeah, hold that, innit? Liverpool and Klopp can hold that. All I care.
Hold that. So it's Klopp. So Klopp's been at fault for a few of your games. So Ryan. Klopp's been at, according to you, because we've spoken on this. Klopp's been at fault for a few of the games. You know what I'm saying? When does this become a concern? Because it's an ongoing theme. Because you've dropped points and you've blamed him pretty much for every game you've dropped points in, which is nearly all your games.
Yeah, I do think he's had a.
Are you Klopp out, by the way?
No, I'm not Klopp out. I'm fully behind him. I'm still fully behind Klopp.
He's almost Klopp out. Yeah, sure.
Nah,
He's on the verge, innit? You already know. Flores already knows.
I'm nowhere near being Klopp
I
out.
bet Ryan's messaged Flores a few times. Yo, I'm Klopp out. Bun this guy.
Yo, I messaged Flawless today, bigging up Klopp. Like I legit did. Like I messaged him on WhatsApp. He ignored me, but still.
I'm glad you know.
I backed my manager today. Yay.
But like, I mean, with him, he ain't been back properly this window. Like he ain't been back properly. Like we all know what FSG are like still. But yeah, man, we needed a midfielder. We got one at the end of the window. Like, but let's be real, he was a panic buy. But I do think we'll get our form going. I do think we will at some point. We are getting players back from injury, which is good. So Thiago's back in the next week, which is really good. He's been our biggest miss so far this season. He should be able to, fix that midfield problem that we have. And I think we'll become a much better team when that happens. Jota's back, which is good for depth. Who else? Matip's back, which is good. Konate's coming back in a couple of weeks, I think. So, and there's someone else as well that I think I'm thinking of, but I forgot. So we are getting players back, which is good. Arto will start playing soon, which is good. So I am quite optimistic that we will get our form back. Like I said, I don't expect us to challenge for the title. I think City have got that on lock. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll comfortably get second still. I don't think we'll be in a top 4 race, although we do need to get our form going soon. But I think Nunes has looked. Nunes was poor yesterday. All the attack was poor as well. We all know about Salah. You know, I do think with Salah, he's been off form, but it is weird because he is when everyone
Flawless.
was
I bet you're glad you didn't go for Nunes now, innit?
Oh, I didn't want Nunes.
I didn't want Nunes. I didn't want Nunes in the
Wait,
first
you
No,
was
I'm
the
saying,
Nunes.
I bet you're glad Man United
You was-
didn't go for Nunes
yeah,
now. Not
you
you
was the-
personally,
wait.
man.
Nah, Ryan, you were the Nunes Defense League. You were talking about backing this guy.
After,
couple
yeah,
weeks
a
ago.
couple of weeks after we joined, didn't it? Because I was like, all right, fine, he's our new signing. We might as well.
So you're not backing him no more. You off being a
No,
Nunes
I'm still
thing.
backing him, but I'm just saying I didn't really want him in the
Are you
first
still
place.
a-
I still
He's
think
already
staying
Nunes out.
Are you still a part of the Nunes Defense League? That's what we want to know.
Not really.
Right, you just
Like
left
that.
the league that quick. You know what I'm saying grand
I
opening,
know
grand
he's not
closing.
that good, innit? I know he's not that
Bro,
good.
we knew this when you was defending him, but you was like, I'm gonna back him. He's my boy.
I
He's
still
my
think he'll
football
end up
friend.
scoring
It
goals
took him
for
3
us. But
weeks and he's
like,
3
already
weeks.
given
This
up
guy
on Darwin
turned, you know.
nonsense.
This guy proper. He like the Big Show, man. This guy would just
no, I
turn on
still
you
think
quick.
he'll score goals for us, innit? And of course,
You know them ones and straight KO punches out of nowhere, bro. Man's like, nah. No, do you know what it is? He's a Randy Orton fam. That's what he is. RKO out of nowhere, bro.
Nah. If Ryan's a heel, he's definitely a shit heel. He ain't no top heel, and he's a shit
Fair
heel.
enough. I'm sorry,
He's a
bro.
dreadful
I'm
heel.
sorry.
He's
I didn't
like-
mean to
he's-
do. I'm
he's-
sorry,
yeah,
Flo. I didn't
he's
mean
like-
to disrespect Randy like that.
Yeah. He's like none. You know,
You're making me feel bad for Randy's
Yo.
sake now. For fuck's sake.
He's like what would he call the 3-man band or some shit like that? That's him. Innit?
Free
You know what I'm
MB.
saying?
He's Drew.
Yeah,
No. He's Drew. Hey, listen. He's Drew McIntyre 10 years ago.
Yeah. Nah, you know who Ryan is? Defo. He's defo a part of the Spirit Squad. 100%. Male
Oh
cheerleader,
my, man
100%.
said spirit. Kenny.
He's defo Kenny, man. 100%. Ryan over there, you know what I'm saying? Adding to the diversity quota in the Spirit Squad. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ryan, man, you need to start clapping back, bro. This is just not. It's not fair, bro. You need to. Do you know what it is? The one
Yo,
day I
I'm
see Ryan
hilarious,
clap
yo.
back, yeah. The one day I see Ryan clap
hilarious.
back, it's gonna be the most hilarious
I-
stream ever.
I am hilarious.
This guy's
That is
gonna gun
mad
for
funny, yo.
everyone.
I just said, yo, this guy.
That's why I'm glad Liverpool didn't win the quad.
I go,
Bruv, imagine if they did. This guy, bruv, I
This
would
show
not
would
be
be
talking all this smack right now. That's what I know.
No chance. Thank
This guy
God.
filling up the diversity quota for the Spirit
No,
Squad.
but
Let's go, Ryan.
no, but Flawless, with Nunes, you know I've never been like.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about you being on the defense. I'm going to defend him.
No,
He's
I
my
was
guy
going
that
to
you jumped
defend
off
him
it.
in it because
2
he's our
weeks
new
ago.
signing
Why?
and stuff. But I've always had doubts over him. Like,
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying, I have doubts over you. I'll defend you.
I still
you know
think
what
he'll
I'm
end
saying?
up
It is what it is.
scoring goals for us. But
you know, that's
like, people are still. I'll say this: people are still
I'm actually
overhyping
deep
him.
in it what you said. I'm actually seeing Spirit Squad now.
Ryan fits right in, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what we're
Oh,
talking about.
that uniform they wore, bro.
Yeah, the green thing.
Oh
you know what I'm
my
saying?
God.
That's Ryan, man. It's the green thing, 100%. You can do that.
Right. Last before we wrap up the stream.
No, can I say something first before?
Go on.
Go on. Clap back.
All these rival fans who are claiming that they've watched Liverpool over the last couple of years and think that, you know, the midfield is the biggest problem. Everyone knows that. It is not Sadio Mane leaving is not the biggest miss. It's the myth. It's the biggest myth going that Sadio Mane is a miss. Sadio Mane does not make our season better at the moment. He does not solve the midfield issues because he's a fucking attacker. It's that simple. Sadio Mane.
Do you know what I love
season,
about Ryan as well?
No, I said it last season. Sadio Mane's season was way overrated last season. If any rival fans watched us last season consistently, they should know that Sadio Mane was crap up until April. He wasn't good. There were Liverpool fans, including me and others, talking about, even rival fans, saying that Mane was finished. It was obvious. And then he turned into the centre forward in like April and his performances went up, I won't lie. But Mane was not that good last season. We had at least 5 players that were better than him last season. It wasn't even close. Alisson was better. Trent was better. Thiago was better. The Van Dijk was better. Salah was better. Those 5 were way better than Sadio Mane last season. This ain't 2019 Sadio Mane anymore. Sadio Mane's been declining for time.
You're right over there, Yanika.
This guy said Timo Werner.
You okay over there? You look like.
Don't worry, we were gonna get to.
She's
City,
good, man.
but
Why
then
did you have
Ryan-
to do that, Cams? Don't involve her. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you upset, bro?
Yo, 'cause I didn't want to hear her mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Why didn't you want to hear her mouth?
Because she's fucking annoying. That's why. But go on, carry on, yo.
But why is she annoying?
Your mic and turn your camera off.
You
I
see,
don't
because
think
of
she's
shit like that.
annoying.
I don't think she's annoying. Shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? You shut up too. Tired of this guy.
Well, who said that?
Ryan, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Crying,
for
Ryan
fuck's
in the
sake,
middle
Ryan.
there.
I always say
Yeah.
clap back and then you come back with stuff like that.
See, this is the guy. This is you backing. You know what I'm saying? Don't back this guy. It's a terrible. It's a
I'll back
terrible
this guy. I
investment.
won't throw this.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
might
what I
take a
thought.
couple
Turn your
L's whilst
fucking camera
backing
off.
this guy, but I'll back this
saying.
guy.
That's what I thought. Turn your camera off and shut up. Yeah, go on, Ryan. Carry on.
No, we said like Sir Timo Werner saying that if you had like Mane's a big miss, like no, he isn't.
You're
Like you
hilarious. I'm
clearly,
sorry.
this Sir Timo Werner
I
clearly
am
didn't watch every
hilarious,
game of
yeah.
us last season.
I am
Guys,
A1
go in
content.
stream, man.
I am hilarious. I'm sorry, man. Ryan, sorry, this
yeah.
ain't nothing to do with you. I'm just giving
Yeah.
myself my flowers, but go on, carry on. So I know your
Yeah, like-
team's stressing you out, man. You look stressed. Ryan, smile, man. I don't seen you smile in weeks. The season, I've not seen you smile.
Trust.
This guy's normally happy-go-lucky in that. This guy's got no optimism about his team.
No, I do legit think we'll get our form back.
It's funny because
I am optimistic that we're getting some we got some midfield options now. Like I genuinely am. But I was speaking on Mane because like people in the comments, rival fans, they're claiming to have watched us week in, week out, like last season over the last couple of years. Sadio Mane in 2019, I've said it. In the 2 seasons we won the Champions League and Premier League, he was better than Salah. I've said that. I've said it. There was no debate for me. But since then, Sadio Mane's been on the decline. People acting like they watched him week in, week out.
Do you know
last
what's
season,
mad
he
as
was
well?
good.
I remember when
He
I was
wasn't
screaming.
good last season.
I remember when I was
good.
screaming Uber out. You had this guy saying Salah out, and I still couldn't believe it, bruv.
But
And that was
Salah's
in
been better than
2020.
Mane over the last couple of
Let's
years.
go.
And I ain't even a Salah fan like that. Salah has been
Taking
better
our
than
scraps,
Mane
yeah,
in the last
taking our
couple of
scraps
seasons,
now, yeah.
comfortably.
What do you mean, man? He's upgrading. What happened the last time we took a scrap? We're all good, bro.
But I never said he was a scrap. I was pissed that we got rid of him because then I was like, who are you going to replace
No,
this
at
guy
the time,
with, bro?
people were saying it was scraps. We're taking Wash Giroud, who sits on the bench, and they're getting a
Oh,
Bambi.
no. Listen, at the end of the day with Gerrard, yeah. No, I'm not backing him. I wasn't saying he was like, you know, it's not the fact that I wanted him there, but I always said it. Don't get rid of Giroud if you can't get a backup to Giroud, because if there's one thing Giroud was good at was his hold-up play.
Yep.
And his little flicks and stuff, he was sick at, but our problem was his goal scoring. That was it.
But Flawless, you can back me up in this with Mane. You know that I was on Mane last season, like in terms of I was calling him out. You remember the Carabao Cup final? You did a watch along for it. I wasn't on it, but I came on at half time and was cussing Mane for having a stinker. You know that was in February, bro. Mane was not good up until April last season. He didn't have a good season before that either. There's a reason he was declining on the left wing so rapidly, and there's a reason we brought Luis Diaz, because Luis Diaz was the long-term replacement for Mane. Mane was done on the left wing, and he came into a striker role and did well from April onwards. But even then, he had games where he wasn't that good. He didn't turn up in any of the 3 finals last season. None of them. He didn't, and there were games he wasn't good in. Mane was not that good that last season. He wasn't our best player. He wasn't one of our most important players. So these rival fans acting like Sadio Mane is the big miss, like he really isn't. Like Liverpool fans last season were saying Mane was finished. Rival fans were saying Mane was finished last season. But all of a sudden, he's our biggest miss. Like, now these rival fans are chatting shit. I'll be real. The midfield's been the biggest issue. The midfield's been the biggest issue.
Let's go, bro.
The midfield's been the biggest issue. What's Sadio Mane going to do to improve that? It's ridiculous.
You spitting, fam. You spitting, man.
Yeah.
100%.
This whole thing.
No, I think when people say that, I think they mean it on the goal scoring aspect. That's about it. But apart from that, I'm not even saying. I'm not even. You know, I'm not even denying what you're saying. It's true what you're saying, bro.
Mane's been declining rapidly, bro. There's a reason why we had to move him from the left wing, because he was useless in that position. I'm saying 2019 Mane. If this was 2019 Mane that we got rid of, that's a huge miss. Because 2019 Mane was ridiculous. But he's well away from that player anymore.
I think after the whole World Cup, do you know what though? I think with that one, yeah, I think after the whole massive World Cup, the African nations, yeah, and it was seen as Klopp favoured. I'm not saying it's true or not, but it looked like Klopp favoured Salah over Mane, in a sense where Klopp looked at Salah like a son, more as a son. If that, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what I think. I think after but that's the thing. I think after 2019, after that the great season that he had, and he was still like favoritizing fucking Salah. I think that's where, not that saying that, you know, he was picking Salah over Mane because he obviously
He picked
both
both
played
obviously,
different
yeah.
wings, didn't it? It wasn't that. But the fact that he showed more love to Salah than what he did to Mane, I think that's what was getting on his nerves. It's like, bruv, I'm just as important as this guy, but you're not giving me the love that you're giving him.
But you know what it is, Cam? You know what it is? At the time of AFCON, I don't think Klopp ever showed more love to Salah, showed more love to either Mane or Salah before AFCON last year. If he did do during AFCON last year, you know why it was? Because Salah was way outperforming Mane at that time for ages. Like, Salah was way outperforming. Mane was being shit before that for about over a year. Salah was arguably the best player in the world at that time on form, up until AFCON. Last season, Salah, first half of the season, was on smoke. People forget that. Since then, he's not. Since then, he's been poor. I'll be the first to admit it. But before that, he was on smoke. Like, Salah was way more important to the team than Mane at that time.
Right. Well,
Fair.
you know, yeah, I don't think Jan's going to be back on here. So
Yeah,
we've been here for. Oh, she's here. Perfect.
She's here. Yes, Jan, speak.
Right, Jan. Before we wrap up, let's talk Man City then. 1-1 draw at Villa. Didn't see the game because
We
was
don't care.
busy in Wales. But what happened? I was surprised you guys didn't win that one.
It was one of them. It was one of them games that, like, another day you probably win 2-0. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them. Like, going forward, I think Rodri had one of his worst games. And I think every time Rodri doesn't play well, City don't play well in general. De Bruyne seemed to be everywhere. He did all right. Haaland is just not real. He just he only needs like one shot. He actually had a good chance saved actually, and he scored a good goal. But I'd say it was 90% De Bruyne because the cross was just perfect.
Just De Bruyne.
But yeah, it was all right. I just think we were a little bit. I don't know. I don't even know what went wrong really, because on paper it wasn't too bad a game, but we just let them back into it, and then after they scored the equaliser, they were like on top for a bit. So towards the end, it looked like they might get a winner. I know a lot of people are talking about the goal that we apparently robbed from them, but everyone knows when the whistle
overreacting to that.
when the whistle blows and the game stops and everyone stops, and then you have a shot, it never counts. It's not like
You
the
saw
goal.
John Stones move out of the way. Like, John Stones
Yeah,
moves
he
out
did,
of the
he
way
did.
when the whistle
And
goes. He
Edison
doesn't
didn't
do that
save
if it's not
it
blown.
either. So I'm not
Yeah.
saying Edison would have saved it, because
No, you're getting onto Edison too much, man.
I'm not going to. In that game, he didn't do that much wrong, to be fair. Well, nothing
Yeah.
really wrong with that game, to be fair. But in terms of like City, I just think, yeah, that goal that everyone's banging on about, like, you can literally see him blow the whistle. There's about 2-3 seconds, and then he has his shot. So it's not really debatable. But he wasn't offside. But once the linesman has like blown the whistle and everyone stopped, you can't then say the goal should have stood. Like, it makes no sense. So yeah, I think it's just one of them things. City, I'd say we weren't good enough by our standards, but it wasn't one of them where I'm concerned going into the next game. I just think City just needs
it's like you're a bit below par.
best.
To be fair, I thought second half you battered them.
Oh, we were
like, you
better
had
in
chance
the
after
half.
chance. You just didn't take some of them, and then you
Yeah,
conceded.
we didn't. We weren't clinical enough.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah.
No, the worst part is I can't even feel a sort of way about City dropping points because it just doesn't mean anything.
Oh God, yeah. Well, Spurs, we don't get 3 points against them, so.
Oh, you got Tottenham next.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Could actually
That's gonna
drop
be
a few
good.
more points.
It's gonna be a good
Home or away?
Sorry,
At
Etihad.
home, but it doesn't matter. They're our bogey team, innit? Son
yeah,
has.
Hey, we might stay to. Oh no, I just realised. No.
So you know what that means. Son is getting his first goal of the season. It can't be a man. Triple captain Son, innit?
Hey, if Jan says it, I might have. Actually, no Spurs fan, no Spurs
want
fan.
Kyle
going in my
Walker,
No,
team.
but
Injured, I
Jan
think.
says City will lose to everybody. Let's be real.
Nah, to be fair,
Yeah,
Kyle
she
Walker
said she'd lose to
is
Plymouth or
cracking.
something, man. She said they lose to Plymouth or someone like
To
that.
be fair, City
Yeah, I
have
remember that.
changed the way they play slightly, and Walker, he's not good at doing what Pep wants him to do, which is like
But
cutting
Walker's
in.
still probably. Yeah, but I'm talking like because he's injured. Like, If you've got Son on
Oh, yeah.
that side, like Walker is still you're gonna have to put Cancelo if Walker's out on the right, and I still on right back, and I still think like Walker's better defensively than Cancelo in it. So like that's what I would
Yeah,
say.
he has been. I think both of them haven't had the best.
Yeah, they both had poor
starts
starts this
to
season. I
season,
think. You have
Cancelo's
conceded
got
a few
great
goals,
goal
to be
in the
fair.
minute, but
I think you conceded the same number of goals as us, actually.
we conceded quite a
we
lot.
conceded-
But I
we
feel like
conceded
every time
6.
they attack, it feels like we're going to concede.
Yeah,
That's
we
why I was
conceded
having
6
that issue
goals.
with Edison, and people were complaining
I
that
hear what you mean about Edison, but he is like he's not getting replaced in your team. Like he's too important for you guys.
But that's not what I'm asking for. I'm not asking him to be replaced. I'm asking him to step up his game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like Pep, people are saying like he should be replaced and should be under pressure from like the backup should come in or Ortega, whatever his name's like. As long as Edison's doing the thing with his feet, Pep is not gonna like change him or replace him in any game. Like,
Yeah,
he
Pep's
really
the thing is Pep's not going to change him, but at the same time, it's like I feel like with every other player on the pitch, like Mahrez for me hasn't been great this season. He's not on form. I don't know what's wrong with him. Maybe it's just
I
because
think Mahrez is slightly declining. If I'm being honest, from what I've seen, I think
he is, but we've
31 or
changed
something.
how we play slightly, and he's the pace is a bit quicker because obviously our attackers are all quite young now. They're like 21, 22.
Yeah.
Foden's 22, so they're quite young, and he's obviously 30, 32.
Yeah, I think Mahrez is slightly declining still.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit with the pace, but I don't think he's been terrible. I just don't think he's been good. If I had to bring someone on, I would have brought on Alvarez, because Alvarez has looked bright, and he also, it's not even about him playing well in particular, it's the fact that the defense have to be aware of him, so it gives more space to Haaland and De Bruyne and Bernardo. Else is there, do you know what I mean?
He's probably, I don't know, I haven't watched much of Alvarez. I'm not sure if he's a player. He probably runs in behind more than Mahrez in it, because Mahrez is always a come short kind of player in it. So like maybe he offers that threat in behind stretching. I don't know.
Yeah, Alvarez is a different type of striker. So you've got like Haaland, who's like a poacher. He's just there in the right place at the right time. Alvarez is a little bit, he's like a mixture between like Aguero.
What's wrong, Flawless?
And he's a bit different. Like his goals are actually good quality. The ones that he's scored so far, they're good quality goals. He's clinical as well, you know. So I'm happy to see him more. But I think Pep's I think he was saving him for Sevilla, because usually when he benches a player and they don't come on, it means they're gonna start the next game. So I think Haaland will be on the bench against Sevilla, and it'll be Alvarez.
I thought you would have.
Yeah.
You'll still win, innit?
Might have to bring Haaland on if we're not scoring.
Yeah, it's Sevilla. They'll be.
I would have thought Haaland plays in the Champions League still, even if it's a group game, first group. I still think he'll probably play, to be honest.
He might play, but I think he might play both.
Start. Like, I still think.
Yeah, he might start both of them, but he's definitely was saving Alvarez for this game anyway. So we'll see.
I hear that. Yeah.
We will see. Yeah, we've been going for nearly 2 hours. It's been an unbelievable Shameless FC.
I still stand by Edison's your most important player, Jan.
No, it's Rodri, man.
Because I came in and shook up
Edison is
thing,
legit the most important player for City.
Cam, you've been really great on today as well. Big up yourself, man. Appreciate you jumping on.
The replacement for Babs, innit? Not replacing Babs, just his substitution, innit?
Good squad. We got Cam, bro. And links in his Twitter links in the description as well. If you guys want to check out more from Cam's too.
We got good squad depth over here at Shameless FC. You know what I'm saying? In that, it's a great squad.
I'm that substitute that you'll see every now and then, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Got great squad depth in Liverpool,
100%,
and Arsenal, and most teams,
facts.
And probably Chelsea.
Definitely Chelsea.
Yeah. We move. Big up everyone that's locked in. As always, we should be back next Sunday. And that'll be after Fulham Chelsea. So hope we win. I don't want a Shameless FC like the Leeds game. I can't be bothered for that sort of stress. But yeah, we'll see. 90 minutes of watching Mountain Willian hit the first man on corners for 90 minutes might do that to me. But we'll see you guys on Sunday, innit? Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. Check out everyone's socials down in the description below. And yeah, like, subscribe, and